2, 3. We're in.
Yep.
Engaged.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Everybody, welcome back. ESPN 8 The Ocho.
Yeah,
Oh my
right.
gosh.
So how's everybody doing this week?
The only thing I keep thinking of that though is it's always going to be Dodgeball.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's
absolutely.
no other reason why the Ocho exists
No.
except for Dodgeball.
Have you seen Dodgeball?
No.
Oh,
You've never seen
You would love
Dodgeball?
because
No.
you're a sports
Oh
movie.
my
Like you'll
gosh.
watch a sports movie.
Of course, yeah.
You'll love Dodgeball.
Dodgeball?
It's
Okay.
so
So
funny.
it's Ben Stiller as the antagonist.
I feel like I've seen clips of Dodgeball.
Yeah.
I must
You
have.
had to.
Does he have like long hair?
Yeah.
Where's the headband?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where's the sweater? Like it's one of those
Did
you've
you
probably
ever-
seen clips 1,000 times.
Probably.
Did you ever watch Heavyweights, the Disney Channel movie?
Maybe as a kid.
Where like the
Maybe.
kids go to like fat camp?
Yes, then
Yeah.
absolutely.
So his character, people will say that like the headcanon is that his character from Heavyweights is actually what he
carryover.
turns
The same
into.
guy.
Yeah, but he just
Okay.
turns into to Global Gym.
Yeah,
afterwards.
because it's like basically he's like a fitness guru,
Yeah.
and so then like there's like the normies at a different gym, and
Okay.
then they all join a dodgeball tournament.
Yeah.
So it's like
Ben Stiller.
yeah,
Ben
it's
Stiller guy from
amazing.
Night at the Museum, the little guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
he's so funny
Right.
because he'll go
No,
from
Ben Stiller's
Zoolander.
Ben Stiller's the main character.
Yeah. From Night at the Museum, right?
Yeah, just the night guard.
Yeah.
What do you mean, the little guy?
Yeah, little fella.
Little fella, little guy.
You see the little fella, but there's actually two miniature figures. Owen Wilson.
Oh, well.
Oh, yeah.
the
He
other
looks
guy.
like in
The
stature.
little human size
The actual
guy.
human guy.
There's like the
yes,
pocket-sized
sorry,
guy,
yeah,
and then there's
Right,
like
right.
then there's Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
the shorty that's not a pocket-sized guy. But yeah, dude, it's so funny, and it's one of those like to this day I still quote it. So it's like 20-year-old movie, and I'll still bust out the most random stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Did it not record?
That wasn't recording the whole time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Start it one more time.
Guys,
Nah,
you
we
wanna
just
leave?
keep going from here.
Nah, just whatever.
Yeah, okay. You'll have other audio.
Yeah, we'll have it for you. Yeah, it'll
then-
come from the thing.
Cut that part. There's your cue on that.
Perfect. Perfect. That's gonna be our cold intro.
Right.
Yeah,
There
just
you
like
go.
I wasn't recording. Dang it. Look, man.
But no, you need to watch Dodgeball.
Dodgeball? I'm down.
Because it's Vince Vaughn is the main character.
I'm gonna have a long list of things to watch.
you-
Ted Lasso
I
is
mean,
currently, but
so-
right now I'm watching Tires
Okay, on your road trip, Ted Lasso.
on just audio.
If you're driving
Yeah.
and Haley's just in the front seat,
Yeah,
might as well.
I'm down.
Just have her like hold her right there.
It's like play, and
Just
you're like,
honestly-
hold it up
Honestly,
at an
no,
angle.
Ted
I listened to
Lasso
2
is
seasons.
one of those where it's like it's great with the video, but
Yeah.
if you're only paying attention to the audio, it's just as
It's
funny.
just as good?
It's just
Okay.
as good. Because a lot of them, like there's some visual gags,
Right.
a lot more like just regular audio
Just
gags.
Soccer.
Yeah,
I'm down.
Yeah,
And that's the soccer coach one, right?
yeah, soccer.
Yeah.
coach.
So I know the ladies are at one point for the next movie night want to do like Potter or not Potter,
Pirates.
Pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I feel like we should have like a non-series in there. I'm like, I'd be down
A
for like
one-off?
throw, yeah, like
Oh,
a one-off,
yeah.
like throw in like a dodgeball or something as a one-off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be good because I'm like, it's when you watch one, you're
Right.
done, you feel
Yes.
good after, and it'd be a nice palate cleanser going
Yeah.
from like Lord of the Rings and then
Right.
Star
Yeah.
Wars and this where there's
Heavy
like
series, heavy series.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
That would be a nice one.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Yeah.
Especially because my attention span is probably really good for that.
It's
Yeah.
an hour and a half
Constant-
of just ridiculous sketches. like
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like a sketch movie the entire
Some
time.
of those longer scenes at the end of what is it we just watched? Star Wars. Some of the longer scenes in those, I was starting to like.
Some extended,
droop.
yeah.
I was like, oh.
Well, and let's give obviously
let's
give
hear
some
your-
context.
let's
Like,
hear your full.
this is your first time watching any
Okay.
of the Star Wars movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
For record, I've seen Star Wars. I got it now. Number 4, the first one. The one that came out first.
Right.
I have seen that before.
Okay.
After watching it, I have seen like 90% of it before.
Okay, but not like actually really.
Never paid
to it.
attention. I
Sure.
couldn't tell you more than like the main character's name.
Right.
John.
So ultimately, yeah, John.
John Skywalker.
Love John. Ultimately, I think it was great. I actually liked, because I don't remember who we were talking to, but they hated 1, 2, and 3. I thought 1, 2, and 3 were really
They're great.
Yeah.
They're great movies.
Because you have to
too.
accept it for
Also-
what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously CGI got so much better.
Oh, absolutely.
Between like 4 and 1,
Right.
you're like watching different eras.
Oh, absolutely.
Quite obviously. And then the remastered CGI in 5 was a little jarring, I will say.
Yeah,
'Cause
that
it
was
stands
not-
out.
I will say
That was not George Lucas's finest moment there.
It was like watching a college like TV and film class trying
Yeah.
to learn green screen. for
That's
the first
100%.
100%.
Yeah. But ultimately, I loved it. I will say 6 drug out the most for me, strangely enough. Because it was just
Yeah.
tying up all the loose ends
Yeah.
that have been presented thus far.
Yeah.
The last hour, I was like, I'm exhausted.
Right.
from
They're
watching
just like,
this.
you have to hit that point, and then
Yes.
that point, and then
Because
that
there's so many
point.
characters and
Yes.
so many things going on.
Yeah.
But I think it lived up to the hype. I will say it lived up to the hype. 1, 2, and 3, obviously my favorite, but I think I'm biased on the CGI.
Yeah.
Well, and then you have like, so I mean, it's probably like a no dub, but like when the first one came out was like
Yeah.
99. So like I was 8, you were pretty close to that age, and then like you were a few years younger. So like we were kids. We were kids.
I was a baby.
Yeah.
You're a baby.
Yeah.
You're a baby.
I was-
Let me just say a
I
few
was-
years. Let me
yeah,
just say a few
sure,
years.
sure.
Calm down. So you were a baby.
Yep.
We were around the same age.
Yeah.
So like when that happened, everyone who grew up with
Right.
the originals, 4, 5, and 6, were like, "This is dog crap," and like
Yeah.
Right.
they dogged on it. They were bullying the actors.
Sure.
They
Yeah.
were doing all this stuff, but all the kids grew up, you know, from who we grew up watching
Yeah.
those, and so like we're like, well, 1, 2, 3 is not that bad.
Right.
And everyone else is
Right.
like, yeah, they are. So now what you're seeing is everyone else going like, you know what, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that makes
Because
It's
then
not
you
that
have
bad.
us dogging 7, 8, 9.
yeah,
too.
exactly. Yeah, 7, 8, 9.
There's a 789?
There is a 7, 8, 9. So
We're choosing to ignore that one.
technically
Okay,
there is
okay.
now, and it's very those are very controversial. And
Okay.
and here's my opinion on those. And this is for like you haven't seen them. So
Right.
episode 7 was safe. It basically
Okay.
was like, let's dip our toe back into the Skywalker saga
Sure.
without offending anybody. Which
Okay.
I feel like they
It was a
did.
good, yeah.
It was basically
Introducing
it was-
new characters
yeah.
in the same world
Okay.
and trying to give, reason for
But this
them.
isn't the side characters like Solo.
No. This
Those
is
are all just separate.
no. This
That
is
was the
what
789.
happens.
Yeah, this is-
like 10 years, 20 years.
Yeah, so this is
after
Okay.
episode
directly
6,
a sequel
yeah.
to 6.
And was it George Lucas that did it?
No. So
that's-
he
that's
sold it
also-
to he sold it to Disney.
Oh,
Disney was
okay.
like, what can
It
we do?
was J.J. Abrams, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, at least they got a
directed
good
it.
director.
But this was
So-
the yeah.
and so this is why it's so
Could be worse.
divisive.
This is why it's
J.J.
so bad.
Abrams headed up that project
Okay.
for episode 7. Episode 8, completely different
director.
director and writer.
And
That would
it's almost
bother
like
me,
they
'cause,
didn't
like-
collab. It's not even
It
that it
did
was a
not-
different style. It's like
Right.
you could tell JJ had a creation.
he had
The
an
next
idea.
director goes, I'm not doing any of that. And basically
yeah.
like retconned
took plots,
everything he
just
did.
everything.
Like
Yeah.
so J.J. Abrams introduced a villain,
Sure.
introduced a whole series of like characters to
Okay.
address, and then all of a sudden he went different type of movie
Wow.
entirely.
That's
And
a
then,
lot of money on the production team to waste.
and then J.J. Abrams did 9 and tried to like rein it back in.
So they literally just the
And-
middle one went with a random other director.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then by the time
That's
he
cool.
goes to 8, so he goes back, so they rehire him back for 8.
Right.
Or 9, I'm sorry.
9, yeah.
For 9. And they go, okay, fix it.
Right.
But everything was so retconned, you can't do much. Like you took every plot
Right.
point. So
Yeah.
so now he's having to create a new plot point that makes no sense to the other 2 now. And so
That's
people are pissed
crazy.
because they're like, well, now this
And
really
it's
doesn't
already-
make any sense.
And like there's
Yeah.
like types of the characterization of different characters.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
well, why did you make that choice for
Yeah.
him to
That's-
act like
this
that?
person was a huge
or
deal
that?
in 7, but now by the time you get to 9, he's literally just
Right.
wallpaper.
Yeah.
Like he's not.
Really?
You're like, what? He was
Yeah.
so important here, and now here he could be water.
Yeah.
Like you
That's
don't care.
wild.
Yeah,
It's
like,
so
or,
strange.
Hey, you're setting this character up to do something great, and all of a sudden
Right.
it falls absolutely flat.
So like if you
Yeah.
so like 7 basically is like it's a copy paste version of 4. Like it's basically like the same
Okay.
relative, like
Yeah.
the same kind
Okay.
of plot point, different characters. They bring in the old characters.
Excellent CGI.
Right.
It was like
Okay.
a safe start. Now, Less Jedi. If you really know how this series makes people feel, go up to a bunch of nerds
Okay.
who love Star Wars and say,
Right.
"What did you think of the Last Jedi?"
Oh my
and
God.
most of them will probably be like, "It's dog, dog
Yeah,
crap."
yeah.
Because, but
That's
like,
me.
yeah,
Yeah,
because like
I
for
hate
me,
it.
Do you really?
I would argue,
I like it as a concept.
yeah,
Okay.
But like if it was just a standalone, here's your movie.
Okay.
I could deal with it because it as a movie itself, it's good.
It's
it's
good,
it's a
okay.
beautiful movie. Like I
Yeah.
would argue, it's probably the best looking anything
Yeah.
Star Wars. It's
Oh,
really good to
that's
look
sad.
at.
Yeah.
It's just the one-off.
The music's great. There's like one scene. I mean, and I doubt we'll show you because of our feelings on it. But
Right.
like, there's a scene with Luke and Yoda that is probably one of my
Yes.
favorite Star Wars scenes ever.
Interesting.
Yes.
It's such a good scene.
Yeah.
And it's really great to look at. But the problem is because my problem was it probably wasn't the same as yours. My problem was like, okay, here's a villain. No, he's not important. Oh, there's a
Yeah.
new character. Oh no, he's not important.
Right.
Oh, like this person's hurt. No, that's not. Like they literally they gave you nothing. So when
Right.
it ends, you're like, what did you give? There's
on
nothing
that
here.
same thing. There's a whole plot hole where the entire half of the movie
Yeah.
is completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
So
they could cut it
so,
into and change
yeah,
the movie.
so
That's what I
they
did.
have
Wow.
they have a couple characters go off and do a side mission to
Right.
help the main characters to resolve the conflict
Sure.
at that point without revealing too much. At the very end, they end up not finding what they need to, go back, and what they needed was there the whole time.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great.
Or and then a character does something at the very end that makes that entire thing completely irrelevant.
Completely
anyway.
irrelevant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
This is interesting. I
Yeah.
didn't know there was any more movies other than I knew there were Solo. And
well,
Yeah.
I almost want to show you them at some point.
Yeah.
Just so you can see what we're talking about.
Right.
Because you would be an unbiased opinion because
Sure.
you just saw them.
Yeah.
And so you'll go into it going
And I
like,
really have no strong feelings towards any
Exactly.
character
Sure, yeah.
or arc.
that, which is I think the best way to see it.
I will
Yeah.
say, as far as characters coming in and then going away, I thought Jar Jar Binks was going to be so much more important to the rest of the film. Because like he's big in what is that? One
just
and
the
two?
first one.
1 and 2, yeah.
Two-
3 is
two, he's
just kinda
there.
Two, he's there, but
And
isn't
three,
he's like
yeah.
on the council or something? And then I was like, okay, well this makes sense. And I was like, wait, timeline wise,
Yeah.
completely not mentioned, seen. He's not even like in the background that I
No.
noticed.
He's not there.
I think he's in like 2 scenes in the third one,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
Yeah,
All
well,
he-
and then 4, 5, and 6.
Well, yeah, 4 or 5. Well, because he wasn't a concept at that point.
Yeah, but in chronological
yeah,
order,
they don't
it's
even,
like
yeah.
I was kind of disappointed because I was like, okay, well this is a different character for sure.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
makes no sense. But like people,
And he had this huge arc from bum to like
Zero to hero.
councilman.
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
then-
exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
well, and
it.
people, I will say, if you want to figure out his importance, basically like there's the zero to hero, but he's responsible for giving Palpatine power. It's his choice.
Really?
Yeah, he's the one
Yeah,
that
remember at the
decides.
big because the whole vote to be able to
Yes,
vote
yes.
Chancellor Palpatine
It's-
to
yeah.
make him
Okay,
Chancellor.
He's
that
the one
is-
that basically decides. So it's
Yeah.
like
Okay.
he chooses. So technically, Jar
Everything
Jar's the
came
reason-
back to him.
He's the
So,
cause of the Empire.
Yeah.
So there is a theory where they were setting Jar Jar up to actually be like a Sith Lord. That's the
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Isn't
Darth
Knights
Jar
of the
Jar.
Old
Yeah.
Republic? He is a Sith Lord, or one of the Star Wars games, I
Lego,
believe.
the new Lego Star
Yeah,
Wars,
and I
they made
think
a
they're
joke
actually
out of
ready
it,
to add
yeah.
him in Fortnite. I think
Oh my
Are they
gosh.
really?
they're doing like a
Jar Jar,
Jar Jar
really?
in
Oh,
Fortnite. If I'm not
no.
mistaken,
Well,
but because you got to play on it now
Fortnite
because
sold me. So
because if you
let's
go
do it.
into if you go into it thinking okay he's about to become a bad guy,
Right.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you watch it and you're like, okay, he's a bumbling idiot, but he also does really smart things.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he also does this, and he put
He
Palpatine in
locks
power.
himself into a
Yeah.
lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's right there. Like if Palpatine's like keep an eye on Padme,
Right.
and he's always with Padme when
Yeah.
Anakin's off killing kids. Like you have all these things.
He was a great disruption because like there's a
Yeah.
lot of like heavy scenes, and,
Yeah.
like,
See, that's the
dialogue,
thing. It's like, and that's what
and then him.
a lot of people don't appreciate. He was the comedic foil to a lot of
100%.
like you were saying, like episode 6 just drags out.
Just drags
a
out,
lot
yeah.
because it doesn't have. I mean, Han has that, but even then,
Yeah.
there's a lot more serious moments.
But
in
yeah,
there.
his art, yeah, he's like the bad boy,
Mm.
funny, haha. But he's also got like tons of important scenes and
Yeah.
tons
Right.
of important
like he is a main character.
yeah. But
Well-
yeah, in 1 and 2, Jar Jar's there really is just to make people,
It's a disruption, and it
Exactly.
works for people like me. 'Cause
Exactly,
it like
yeah.
resets me. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
good, I can continue.
Yeah.
This
And-
is for the short
And
attention.
if you're being
Yeah.
honest, like adults can like Star Wars,
Yeah.
and like we grew up watching Star Wars, or
Yeah.
a lot of people grew up watching Star Wars, but people forget that it's like technically for kids.
Right.
Yeah.
So like when people were getting so mad, like what happened? The reason why he got less and less scenes was because that actor got bullied so hard.
Did he really?
People
Yeah.
bullied the actor so hard who played Jar Jar
Wow.
Yeah.
that he straight up was like, I thought about suicide a couple times. Like he
Yeah.
was having
Really?
a hard
him
time.
and the kid who played Anakin,
Young
the
Anakin.
young
Now
Anakin.
I knew that
Yeah.
because I looked him up because he's the same kid from some like.
Jingle All the Way is what.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
with Arnold.
Arnold
Oh, dude, that's
Schwarzenegger.
one of my
Yeah.
favorite Christmas movies.
Dude,
And then
it is my favorite
Yeah,
Christmas
it's so
movie.
good.
Yes.
I love it. It's so
Arnold,
good.
dude. Yeah,
And
but
then he stopped after that.
And then that was it. And
Yeah.
that was my thought. I was like, oh, this kid looks familiar. So I looked him up. I'm like, oh, he's in Jingle,
he's
All,
in
the
Jingle
Way.
All the Way.
It was like, he's in nothing.
No,
No.
There was something came out with him recently where I guess he just got out of rehab and he's like getting real clean and looks real
Oh,
good.
that's-
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's just like the guy who played Jar Jar in some.
Right.
Of the, I don't remember what show it was. I think it might have been Acolytes, right?
No, it was.
They put him as a Jedi, him actual person as a Jedi in
Oh,
Star
really?
Wars. and that.
Obi-Wan.
Oh, the
Was
actor
Obi-Wan,
himself.
Yeah, he was Obi.
Yeah, Obi-Wan.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
actual.
okay.
Yeah, the actual.
So they brought
character.
him
But
back.
not as Jar Jar.
People,
No,
no,
no.
Okay.
and
It was
people,
just the actor himself, like no
Well, that's
CGI.
cool.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least he got to be back.
yeah, because I
Yeah.
think they were like, it's not, dude, you didn't write it.
Right.
You
No.
were doing what you were told to do.
And so that's.
I like how they come at the actor like, this is your fault. Like, dude, I just
I just-
memorize lines.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
my job is just to do what he tells me to do.
Right.
You
So-
put a different word on that postcard, I'd read it.
Yeah, I didn't create the character.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's why you feel bad. Like Hayden Christensen's getting a lot of love now because people dogged
Yeah.
his Anakin. People
Really?
hated his Anakin. They were like,
Yeah.
it's dog crap. And I'm like,
Really?
it's not that bad, guys.
Yeah, well,
It's
because
fine.
they're dogging his dialogue and the way he gave the
Yeah.
dialogue, but it's like he gave the dialogue the way that George Lucas wrote it and directed
gonna
him
say,
to write it
like,
or
I-
to perform it. So it's like,
I always feel like you blame the director. Like, the director's the guy telling him how to do it.
I'm actually
Yeah.
shocked George Lucas didn't really get that much hate. He only got hate when they started redoing the old stuff.
yeah,
Like
All
when
the
they were
CGI
adding a
stuff.
bunch
He
of
got a lot
CGI
of
and
flack
stuff,
for the
that's when he
CGI,
got
yeah,
slack.
yeah.
they're like, he directed it and wrote it and edited
Right.
it and did all this stuff, and like, but you're mad at the guy who played the character.
Yeah, but you're mad at that guy.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But,
the guy with the least control over what's happening.
But people are really mad. They're like, Disney ruined Star Wars. I'm like, I wouldn't go that far.
I've heard this before.
Yeah.
As someone who doesn't like, I was always like, yeah.
Because like Rogue One is under Disney, one of the best Star Wars movies ever.
Yeah.
The Andor show is probably one of the best Star Wars things.
I've watched
ever.
the first episode
Same
of
with
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
Honestly,
Star Wars
amazing,
Rebels.
Yeah.
They did the final season of Clone Wars that was really great. So there's going to be stinkers in everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course. Especially when
Everything.
you've got 15 movies,
Yeah.
or like shows and spin-offs.
It's hard. Look at Marvel. They could do no wrong for 15, 20 years, and all of a sudden now everything comes out and they're like, this is garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, guys, because you can't bat 1,000 every time.
Forever? Yeah, that's wild. The fact that Marvel went as long as they did with everybody loving
it's
them,
never heard of.
they rode the
You
wave.
either die a hero or live long enough to
There you go, perfect.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers is in the back being like, good.
Yeah.
Fail Disney.
That's exactly it.
But so it'd be interesting to show you that at some
So
point.
why? So like Marvel, again, somebody who does not do comics or movies of any
He's
sort
lying.
like
He has
this.
a whole collection.
Yeah, I got it. It's
He's
on
playing
under
it.
wraps. No, I always thought the Justice League was way cooler,
yeah.
just from the very, I see some stuff. They do not have the following. Do their movies are they just
Well,
garbage?
because there hasn't been a one person at the helm to give a good picture, like a big picture. So you had, who was Kevin Feige was the Marvel director, where he's like, all right, I want to tell this story. And then, obviously I'm going to hire this director, that director, whatever, and we're going to introduce these characters. He's the guy shooting the shots of, for Marvel, spoiler alert, Thanos. I want Thanos to be the reveal at the end of this. I'm going to make each one of you tell a specific part of the story. DC did not have any of that. And so they tried to throw out, so the closest you started with was with Man of Steel with, why can't I remember his name?
Henry Cavill?
No, the director.
Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder, yeah.
Okay.
So Zack Snyder, super good comic book guy.
He tried to create that lore.
And he tries to start with Superman and kind of extend it.
Which would be a natural thing. It's the biggest draw.
Well, what's so funny is like, so even though it's superheroes, this is kind of the difference. We go like, DC, even though they're superheroes, was more based on like realism. Like Superman is an alien coming down to Earth to protect Earth, protect Earth.
Right.
Batman is a dude who's rich, who's like a detective.
Right.
And you got the Flash, who's circumstance like this, but it was always like he worked for the FBI or whatever. Like, so it's like it was more based on realism. But the problem is like when anytime they tried live action, it came off super cheesy and it made no sense every time. And then so like their bread and butter was always like the animated stuff. There's a reason why like Batman the animated series is like so held in such esteem.
And it's also the stories that they try to tell where like they were trying to do too gritty things or trying to make things too like just Joe Schmo regular guy type of problems when it's like these are people who don't have Joe Schmo regular problems at all to try to do. And so all the combination of not having someone to give a whole big picture.
And they still don't have that guy.
They do now.
And they kind of
tried. To chop a lot of history up.
Right.
So Zack Snyder gave his Superman stuff.
Okay.
And then tried to do it with, like they included, what was next after Superman? It was Batman vs. Superman, right?
Batman vs. Superman.
Okay.
And then it just...
And then they try to throw too many plots in at the same time.
Okay.
And that's where
they're just trying to catch up to Marvel.
Yeah, and so it's like they threw in Wonder Woman, they threw in Aquaman, and they were trying to like build up this thing, and it was just you could tell it was just they made a movie, threw a cameo at the end just to have a post-credit scene, and then they're trying to build up, and then the whole Zack Snyder, like he made Justice League. But then, have you heard the story of what happened?
I've heard some of it. Did they like change it, and then the guy had to recut using the same film or something?
So again,
bad.
So Zack Snyder shoots all of Justice League, and is in post production. Like post production just starts.
Which at this point, that's like years.
Yeah,
that's
year
exactly. That's exactly. He's already put in a year,
everything else.
Hundreds of hours of footage. At that point, his daughter dies. Passes away, I believe. Suicide.
I think suicide. Yeah.
And because of that, obviously he takes time away, steps back from the project, and like, hey, we need somebody to come in and take this over. And so they get Joss Whedon, who had done Avengers. He'd done Age of
Firefly,
Ultron.
for anybody who likes Firefly out there.
Firefly, wow.
Yeah, he did Firefly.
The only thing I know about Firefly is they really like the Nissan Versa.
Yeah.
If you want a deep cut Dr. Horrible sing along vlog
Hey,
with Neil
oh,
Patrick
wow.
Harris.
There you go. Okay.
Okay.
But either way,
And
somebody,
Scooby-Doo.
somebody who's experienced Cabin in the Woods, if you're gonna go that far.
That's true.
Yeah.
I like Cabin in
Cabin
the
in the
Woods.
Woods is good. Yeah, you're a horror guy.
I like.
I'm saying,
that
there you
one,
go.
yeah.
But anyway, so they bring him in, an established director who's done superhero stuff. Problem is, he then takes all of the footage, recuts it up, and puts in his own, changes a lot of the plot points.
And I think he even did reshoots.
He did reshoots.
So he
did
did reshoots,
redesigns.
Yeah.
At that point?
At that
You're
point.
in post-production.
That's
That's
exactly it. So he
put it together.
redesigns one of the main bad guys. He cuts out a lot of lore, cuts out, a huge plot of Cyborg's character.
Wow.
Yeah. Just completely
It was
alters a lot of it.
Coming in at that point, I'm assuming he didn't have all this thought out, because assuming Zack Snyder had all that time,
Yeah,
you're
I mean,
setting it.
Well, that's
setting
why
the
a
scenes.
couple years later the whole thing was like, release the Snyder cut, because Zack Snyder was like, this isn't my vision. I had a whole different movie. So then for like,
but he was
a year
trying
and a
not to
half-
like step on and like badmouth Joss Whedon.
Well, and he wants a new director.
But then the actors
now,
did
so
it
you
anyway.
can't-
So
But the
like
actors were like, especially the guy who played Cyborg,
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah.
they did my character dirty.
Yeah.
And they did. But
Yeah,
so
okay.
after years, Zack Snyder was like, all right, I made a deal with Warner Brothers. He puts out his 4-hour-long Snyder cut.
Yeah,
Good Lord.
which I
Right.
think when they came out on HBO, he did it in parts.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it is
part
in
one,
parts.
part
It's
two,
like
yeah.
part
Okay.
1, part 2, part 3.
And
So,
honestly, that is, to me, one of the best superhero films because
it's not that bad because it makes more sense.
It
And it's
tells
the
a-
Justice League.
It's
Yeah.
the Justice
Okay.
League, yeah. But if you watch it, Justice League Snyder cut.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
likelihood of me watching a 4-hour movie,
I mean, yeah.
very low.
For the,
you have to
yeah,
watch
but
it like a show.
yeah.
It
You
really
have
is.
to. Like watch
It
the
really
first
is.
hour and then it stops and says
But
part 2.
so all of that to say, that's where it kind of stopped. Where all of the interest kind of like, all right, Joss Whedon kind of killed all the happiness for it. Zack Snyder did his cut, kind of like gave a little heartbeat left. And so that's where you had Aquaman 2 and 3 now.
Aquaman 1 and 2, and then you have
Which
the
were
Flash.
successes.
And
Yeah, then the
and
Wonder
the Flash series. Is
the
huge.
first Wonder Woman was okay,
Well,
and then the
and
second Wonder Woman was bad.
That's also
Yeah.
it. So,
Okay.
oh God.
Yeah. Now,
no,
I've
so no,
seen,
so
I've seen
here's-
half of the
Here's also the problem.
So
That's a
crazy.
Gal-
Where Marvel,
Gal Gadot, yeah.
here are the two things: Marvel and DC.
Right.
Marvel perfected the movie genre, where
Right.
they did a whole story telling movies
over years.
Over
Right.
years.
Years and years and years.
DC perfected the TV stories
Okay.
and the universes there.
Right.
So whereas Marvel tried to do TV shows and try to kind of incorporate them in the movies, failed miserably. Like they introduced like the Defenders, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., that kind of like threw in people there and they forgot about them entirely. Like during when the movies came, all these extra characters, almost like they didn't exist.
Right.
Like even in Endgame, didn't bring any of those characters back.
They're like, we're not going to even acknowledge the shows anymore.
But DC, however, started with Arrow and then the Flash.
I was gonna say DC's got a ton of.
They did
Exactly.
good. They nailed
TV
it.
series.
Yeah,
They're
that's
all over it.
exactly
They
on
nailed
the
it.
CW. Like they had a whole, and they have like whole crossover episodes where it was like, all right, you watch this episode of Arrow, you watch this episode of Flash, you watch this episode of Supergirl, and it all made this whole cohesive universe. But they couldn't bring that to
I know neither
movies.
production company can master both.
That's
They each
exactly
have
it.
separate
Yeah.
parts.
It's so strange why they do that, because I'm always like, is it a budgetary thing? Because like you can watch a show and you
And they
go,
also didn't bring the same characters into the movies too.
Oh,
They,
that was
they
a mistake.
recast Barry Allen as the Flash.
well, there was one
to
time.
Ezra
Did you
Miller.
see that when they did? So there was one time. I don't know if it was the end of the show or if it was one
it
of
was
the
near the end of the
season.
show, yeah.
But they actually treat it like a multiverse where they bring the actor from the movies.
Oh,
in.
like Spider-Man, all
Yeah,
of
so
that.
but
he
it
just
was-
shows up and it's both of them staring, but it doesn't work.
Right.
Like, because
No.
you look at it and you're like, my eyes are used to this,
Yeah.
they're not used to this, and it just does, like, you can see what they tried to do, but it just didn't work.
Yeah.
And
But
I'll say Spider-Man has to be the one-off where it just works.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
generally, when you do that, I feel like it isn't going to work.
well, that's what.
Although Batman's had like 50 different actors at this point.
Right.
Well, and that's the thing that. So, like, you get. So, did you see Batman? You saw the Val Kilmer one.
No, I always just say that because I know people hate him.
Okay, so yeah.
My,
So there
my
was.
favorite Batman is Val
so
Kilmer.
there's
No, the
Batman-
only one I've ever seen is Ben Affleck.
Okay. So there's Batman Forever, and then right after that was Batman and Robin, which was like '97.
That was
Okay.
Clooney, right?
So yeah.
Yeah.
So Clooney did that one. That
George
one got
Clooney?
George
yeah.
Clooney,
So that
yes.
got dogpiled on for being just horrible.
Oh, is it?
No
Okay.
one-
That's why I
no
didn't know
one-
about it. I
it's
was like,
the
okay.
the bat suit that has nipples on
Yeah.
Does it really?
It has
Oh,
nipples.
count me in.
Yeah. Nipples on my bats.
Yeah.
But then there's like no one touched Batman live action for years. Like
Yeah.
no one did it until Christopher Nolan, which is Batman Begins.
Yeah.
So then like Batman
Yeah.
Begins
People
came out,
were
and I was like,
hoping Nolan would make a whole series of
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Like he only made the
He did the
trilogy. God bless him.
And then
get in, get out.
That's exactly it. He had a vision, told it,
End
he
on a
was
high.
done.
Retire.
well, they're like, we did it. That's our thing.
Yeah.
And that's why they were like, oh, let's try Man of Steel. Let's do Superman now. Because they
Right.
took the grittiness. They're like, let's be
Yeah.
gritty. But it's like, what Christopher Nolan did was go, I'm going to make a detective trilogy
Right.
that Batman happens to be in.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it's Batman's there, but if he wasn't there and he was just a dude,
you could
it'd be
really
the same
plug
movie.
in
Right.
any other type of
Yeah.
character.
Which
it
I
just
did
happens to
see
be that Batman has a gritty background to work
Yeah.
with it.
Batman with the vampire guy. What was his name?
Edward Cullen.
the Batman, Pattinson.
Yeah,
Pattinson.
Robert
There you
Pattinson.
go.
That one's a good
And
one.
it was kind of
It was
the same.
fun.
Most
It was
recently,
like it was like a detective
Yeah, he's a
show.
detective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except it's Batman who's
It's
the
Batman.
detective.
I mean, Batman was literally it was released as Detective Comics. That was
Yeah,
the name
okay.
of the
Well,
original
and, like,
comics.
So
I'm wearing a-
that makes sense.
I'm wearing
because
a-
it works though.
I'm wearing a Batman hat. Like, Batman's my
Yeah.
jam. Like,
Yeah.
Batman is my go-to.
Val
I
Kilmer's
love,
also
I
your
love,
favorite.
Well, here's the thing with Val Kilmer is when that one came out, I think I was like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So like
Really?
when I
Okay.
watched it later on, like 6 or 7, I'm like, this is great, and everyone else
Yeah.
around me is like, this is terrible. But as a kid, you're like, you
So
don't know
who's
any
your
better.
favorite
Sure.
Batman then?
Probably Bale, but that's only because the movies are like, I love those movies.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they're like The Dark Knight, and everyone will know, like The Dark Knight is one of the best movies of all time.
Yeah.
But it's
Okay.
but it's not even because it's a Batman movie. Like,
Right.
just as a film, it is so good.
Just
And-
all the acting, all the. That's one where it's like it's a long movie that has one cohesive plot to
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
A lot of side characters that all tie into the
Right.
main one. That's another one that we need to.
Well, like,
probably
Batman
watch.
Begins-
I need to watch it. Someone tried to show it to me. Hey, my wife and a friend. I fell asleep in the first 20
mean,
but it
minutes.
makes sense. You have to be in the right setting. Like,
Yeah.
like I've noticed.
It was one of those things where it's like a high school like get together.
Oh,
we're
yeah,
all
no.
like hanging out, and then it's the end of the night.
Oh,
we're like,
gosh,
let's put a
no.
movie on. It was not.
It's
the
11
time for me.
o'clock.
I'm
midnight,
going to bed.
this-
11 o'clock is not the time to start a 3-hour movie.
No.
No.
But like, so like the first one, because like Batman is not even in the first one until like an hour later.
You're right.
Like
yeah.
you
Oh,
go
really?
an hour
Well,
into a
because it's
2-hour
Batman
movie,
Begins, it's telling the whole intro.
Yeah.
but he's
for
not
it.
in that costume until the second half of the movie.
Right.
Really?
Which is like
Yeah.
an hour later.
Wow.
Right.
So like it's one of those like you would probably enjoy it because you're
Yeah.
like, oh, it's like, okay, it's a detective thing, like there's
Sure.
a mystery there. But like it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Like if I can watch a good movie and not have to worry about it being like a Batman movie, but the problem is like you can't do that with like Marvel. Like you
Right.
need those characters. there.
Right.
But I'm like, that's how you know you can be into it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if I cannot go into it and be like, I'm not a big fan of Batman, but I love detective stuff.
Right,
it's like, you go,
exactly,
okay, good.
yeah.
Like I
Right.
love it. So, yeah, you gotta love all the.
Yeah, so
it's
I
a
think-
jumbled mess.
I think we tied up all the questions there.
I think so.
So in 1992,
Yeah.
it all started with a dream.
I'll write my presentation
Yeah,
next
there you
time.
go.
Don't you worry.
You'll have a Batman
But yeah,
tree.
so there's
Like right here it says.
one more answer to your question.
Okay.
James Gunn is now the
James Gunn, okay.
So the director
Yes. Like I read
of
his name.
yeah, so he's the director of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, I did see that. That was
Yeah.
a great movie.
So
Or if you
he-
ever watch the show Lost.
Or
Love Lost.
He-
yes.
he wasn't.
Oh no, wait, no, you
That
said
was-
James
that-
Gunn. I'm sorry, I was thinking
that's
J.J. Abrams
Yeah,
again.
Abrams was
J.J.
Lost.
Abrams
No.
was
Lost was fantastic,
too many
by the
people.
way.
Lost also fantastic. But yeah, no. So James Gunn is now in charge of the DC. He's now the Kevin Feige.
So he is.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
that they have elected
So now
him.
they're essentially rebooting it, and that comes out this.
So pretty
this
soon,
month, right?
it's either this month or
July.
like 1st of July, the new Superman
Yeah,
movie.
so-
Okay, so he's starting back with
He's-
Superman.
There's a
Yeah.
huge pressure on this because it's like I just think there's fatigue.
Yeah.
Like there's going like there's people that were mad. They're like a new Superman,
Right.
And there's
Yeah.
people that are mad it's not Henry Cavill. They're like, oh, I'm fine with the new Superman, but it's not the same guy I like.
Right.
Or, so we'll see.
Yeah.
I think it'll
Why
be
did they not
fine.
go Cavill?
They wanted so
a
I actually
fresh
read a
face, I
thing where
think.
they're like, we want a Cavill-like actor, and they're
Okay.
like, you know, Henry Cavill's right there,
Right,
Like
yeah.
he's right over there.
Super
Yeah.
dedicated to the character.
And he's
Yeah,
older, but I
and
think he's
he's-
older than he looks.
Yeah.
Also, super. Well, that would make sense.
I think they need
'cause
somebody
yeah.
a little bit
Parkin's
younger to
kinda
kind of
younger,
build
but-
up to.
Who can last for an extended amount of a
Yeah.
series.
in like the fandom, Henry Cavill can do no wrong.
No,
so
that's
that would be a
exactly it.
great cast just to bring people in, more people even. To
I have
see.
I have a hunch that they might still bring him in later on as a cameo or like a one-off movie.
I could
Yeah.
see it.
Because I think they're gonna go with like kind of a multiverse as well with DC. Because DC was, I want to say, the one that really popularized multiverse type of stuff.
Well, you had all the Batmans over the years.
Yeah. all the
Well,
Batmans, they had a Flashpoint
they have a
paradox.
specific like a whole arc of like
Oh,
it's called
okay.
Crisis on Infinite Earths, where
Okay.
they literally like brings in
That was in the comics. I
yeah,
assume.
yeah, this
Okay.
is way back when. But it
There's-
literally brings in multiple types of
Interesting.
characters, and there's a whole.
Did you ever read or
nerd
see
stuff.
the Flashpoint paradox?
Oh, yeah.
So like
Yeah.
in that, it's basically like the Flash like breaks like he goes back in some weird like he's running
He
so
tr-
fast.
Yeah, he tries to.
Right,
So
he
he
goes
breaks
back
the,
in
he
time.
breaks the
Yeah.
time.
It's like Marty McFly.
Because
Yeah,
so flashback story, his mom dies,
Okay.
and that frames his dad for getting arrested. He
Okay.
wants to go back in time, save his mom.
Yeah.
in doing that changes everything.
Yeah, butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Right?
Butterfly.
So he
effect,
goes
exactly.
and say like helps her, but then like Bruce Wayne's lore is like his parents
Right.
get shot in an alley, he becomes Batman, whatever. But
Yeah.
then it's like, okay, no, now Bruce Wayne dies, so the new Batman's his dad. So it's like all these things where it changes little things. But it's
Oh,
one of
that
the
would
best.
be kinda cool.
It's one of the best stories because it's like that's what they tried to do with the live action Flash movie that just happened.
Right.
And it was just turds. Like, I watched it and I was like, I really want to like this.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
I'm such a I don't go into a movie trying to hate it.
Right.
Like I think there's some people that will
Yeah,
hate watch
they-
stuff. I
yeah.
go into it going like, I want this to be good.
Right.
And then by the time you go into it, you'll know right away within like 30 minutes at least.
Sure.
You're like, I don't think this is going to be good.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
And I had saw
Lost
a lot of
all
people.
hope.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of people were dogpiling on it, and I'm like, it'll be fine. And I watch it, I'm like,
No, no.
all right,
Yeah.
cannonball. Like, so.
But yeah, so
it
I
was
think they're going to try to pull in that long term, but we'll see. We'll
See what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm more drawn to DC.
You
Yeah,
should
that's the
because
thing.
it's realistic. Like,
Yeah.
and I
Most
get
of
it.
it. Aquaman, not so much.
Well, that's why
Yeah.
I think you would really like the Captain America movies, at least two of them.
Captain America.
Because the first Avenger is like
Okay.
him. So there's the first Avenger where it's like Steve is set in the 40s, like he's
Okay.
that's where he's from, is
Yeah.
the 40s, and he's just like this tiny, wimpy, no muscle, like really short.
I think
like,
I've seen the
weak
before and
dude.
after pictures
Yeah,
of him.
Yeah.
where he's like chiseled.
This is like
Yeah.
similar to like what's that TV show, the parody that came out, The Boys.
Yeah.
Like they're
Yeah.
all little and
No,
then
that's
they get
exactly
juiced
it.
up
No,
and
that's
they're all-
exactly
That's
it.
basically what it is.
Well, yeah.
But it's for that whole story though. I'm like it's really good because it's like feels kind of like, oh, this
Right.
could happen, right?
Right.
Even though
Right.
you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then The Winter Soldier is probably one of the best spy movies. Like if you're into
Yes.
spy movies, The
Yes.
Winter Soldier, because it's just him trying to solve a mystery,
Right.
but he's like
Yeah.
doing it at like a spy level, and
Okay.
it's very good because
Yeah.
it's like it's
I give it a shot.
it's
Yeah.
great. I mean, because again, it's realistic. Like every
Right.
now and then, it's fun to watch like a dude in a cape flipping around, but when
Yeah.
you get a dude that's just like, I'm a guy with
Right.
like my soldiers, we're going in, we're gonna
Yeah.
like infiltrate this thing.
Yeah.
It's good, and they did a good job. And then it's when they kind of like right now, I think why they're doing so bad is because they're trying to do like space and multiverse when it's like you had
Right.
10 years of not doing that.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you ended it as close as that as possible, and now you're trying to go to space. And Marvel
Right.
is when Marvel is going in with a bunch of like CGI and things that don't exist, and then it's like, oh, now our budget's huge, and now we're making no money, we have no
Right.
time. That's why things are so bad because you're
Interesting.
rushing stuff and you're using too much money
Yeah.
for no little return back. And so it's when before it was like realistic. They're trying to be real.
Right.
And so yeah, you take away the budget.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh
Got a lot of
man,
homework to do.
dude, you can be long.
Yeah, but to say there's a lot
Yeah.
that goes into that. This is years of my life.
oh sorry.
So I was thinking Buzz Lightyear, years of academy training
Wasted. Oh my god. Well, since we're on the realm of movies, I'll go ahead and knock out a couple things. So,
Yeah.
y'all interested to know what the box office weekend was this year?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So last time, can you guess what number one is again?
This
The
is still
Lilo
Lilo.
Lilo and
yeah,
Stitch, of
I mean,
course.
it's gotta
So,
be.
so this was this last weekend. Lilo and Stitch gained another $61 million.
Of course.
Mission Impossible another 27 million. So it's still the top 122.
Yeah.
Karate Kid got the third spot with 20 million.
Ooh,
Final
alright.
Destination
Is that opening or is that
opening
opening?
weekend. So that was
Yeah.
opening weekend. I don't know what I'd be curious to know what their budget is
Yeah,
because
because
it's Jackie Chan,
Yeah.
it's Ralph Macchio, it's
I'm
the whole
surprised I
group.
haven't heard more about it.
$20 million. So see if you can find their budget.
Did you say just 20?
20 million.
That has to be a disappointing opening weekend for them.
Yeah, because here's the thing: if it wasn't for Lilo and Stitch just opening
Right.
and Mission Impossible just opening, because
Yeah.
those are two of the biggest start of the blockbuster
Yes.
summer, like it would probably have done better.
Okay.
I almost feel like it. I would hope maybe like next week people go, let's go find
Supposedly
Right.
about 45 mil.
Ooh, so they still
Well,
haven't.
that's opening weekend though. So, well, it says.
Well, no, their budget was 45 million. They've only made 20 million opening weekend.
Opening
Yeah.
weekend.
So
But-
not even their
yeah.
full budget yet.
Not even yet.
No.
But I'm sure, like you said, next week when those other movies die
Got to
out.
die
Yeah,
down the other
exactly.
stuff. Parents are still taking their kids. Clear 60 million.
Yeah.
Kids, people are
Jeez.
still taking their
Oh, they're
kids
still
to
taking
it.
them.
Yeah, that's insane.
Fourth is the new Final Destination Bloodlines with
Yep.
10 million, which is pretty good. Honestly, double digit anything for horror movies, I feel like is always a
Right.
win.
Yeah.
I'm like, and then Bring Her Back, which is a horror movie. So I've actually heard it's insanely creepy. It's a horror movie for
Interesting.
A24. I mentioned it not knowing what it was.
Yeah.
And now I see people are talking about it everywhere. People are
Really?
talking about it's very intense.
Huh.
They're like, it's very scary, very creepy. They're like, we went into it thinking it's going to be just a horror movie.
Right.
And they walked out, they're like, that was insane. So
Interesting.
I haven't
I'm
heard
actually
a whole
kind of
lot
curious
about it.
now. Me either.
I'd go watch it.
I'm
Love a
like
good horror movie.
$7 million again. I don't know how big of a budget that has, but it's A24, which is like Get Out.
Right.
No.
Right. I was going to say, I thought
the
that
newer,
was that.
yeah. So I'm like, the A24 does so good with those horror movies. That I'm like, they
They've
know
got
what
the
they're
suspense thing
Yeah.
down.
doing. Yeah. Did you ever see the new Invisible Man? because that was A24 also. That was good.
I don't think so.
It was
I
good.
don't think so.
Y'all would like it because it was, again, they took
I like the concept of the Invisible Man.
Yeah, because they took like here's our universal monster,
Right.
and we're gonna make it real. Like it's realistic.
Interesting.
So
Are they
it's
still
really
trying to do the MonsterVerse?
I think so, but they like the Mummy came out with Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
and I don't know if y'all watched that.
Killed it.
And it was like
I didn't watch it.
Dude, I was into it for the first hour, and then like when it got closer to the end, I'm like, this kind of stinks.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if that like there's this clip from it that people keep playing back, and it's like Russell Crowe talking to Tom Cruise, and he's like, we needed a young man, and people pause it and like, Tom Cruise is older.
Tom Cruise, yeah.
Tom Cruise is older than Russell.
Tom Cruise like 50.
They're like, Russell Crowe's like a year younger.
Yeah.
So we need a young man, and people just roasted that.
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
So when you find a scene that gets roasted for years, people are like,
little rough.
I don't know if we're
Right.
going to stick with this.
Yeah.
But Tom Cruise isn't worried about it. He's too busy ranking in the millions.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
I saw somewhere like from all the Mission Impossible movies, he's made $600 million.
That's
just
wild.
off of that franchise.
That's
alone.
insane.
And just think of everything
That's-
he's done in between.
Right.
I'm like, that's crazy.
So do you think box office, like summer box office hits, are back?
I think so.
I think COVID killed it for a while, where it's like you didn't have your big releases, you didn't have people lining up at the theaters.
That I bet,
Yeah.
I can see that being a thing.
What-
but
Yeah.
I feel like it has to be.
I think this year is like the first year where it's truly like, all right, we have
The ticket sales are where they
ticket
were.
sales are maybe not quite where they used to be, but they're getting dang close.
I mean, that was
Yeah.
overall that was a
Right.
$200 million, $150 million.
Well, and like think
so.
about it. You get because like you think about summer. Like summer used to be like June to
Right.
August. That was like summer blockbuster.
It was like, like
And
the
then-
first week of school is out, you have your whatever big thriller.
I think what
like-
makes it back, like what makes it go, oh, summer blockbusters are back, is because for a couple years they're like the start of the summer blockbuster, and it's February.
Yeah.
You're like,
Right.
what are you doing? Like Christmas just happened. Like let me chill a second.
Right.
And so now I think they realize like, no, the whole point of that was to have like 3 months of just adrenaline,
Yeah.
like
Just-
a roller coaster
one
of
after
emotion.
another. Right.
So I think you start that off. You got Lilo and Stitch, which I think is hilarious to start with adrenaline with Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
Right.
You get Mission Impossible. Some of the other ones like the new Fantastic Fours in about a month.
Yeah.
Thunderbolts
okay.
came out.
Yep.
What was it? Oh, the new not Captain America. What was it? How to Train Your Dragon, Jurassic World Rebirth. It comes
Yeah.
out.
Okay.
So like that, and like you get a dinosaur movie in there,
Right.
Yeah.
you're set.
Yeah, you're good to go.
I'm like, so I would say I think it's back.
I think it really started with the Oppenheimer and Ken.
Yes. Yeah, Barbenheimer.
I think it started with that, and then went with Wicked. What came out at the same time as Wicked?
oh, there was something. It wasn't the Lion King one. It was a different
No,
No,
it was
something else.
so it was the one
another
that,
serious one.
it was the one that just got a lot of issues with Blake Lively, and it's like there's like a lawsuit on that now.
Yes.
What's it called?
I know what you're talking about. I can see the actresses.
Yeah, but
I
either
can't-
way, it's like that was
I
another
can't
one
think
where
of
like
it.
they doubled up on it, and I think that was whoever was in charge of that marketing, like whether it was happenstance, but I think that really kicked off a lot of the hype of all right, let's go to the movie theater again.
Yeah.
Let's
Right.
actually start
Well,
watching
and-
something. Let's go all day. to the
I'm a
movie
non-movie
theater.
guy, and I went to more movies in that period than I
Right.
have in years.
Well,
probably.
and people have a lot of feelings about Tom Cruise as a human, but like as a movie star, right? Think of him strictly as a
Yeah.
movie. He is
Maverick.
he loves cinema.
Yeah,
Maverick.
coming out with Maverick, he waited on that movie to come out until it could come out in theaters.
Yeah.
and he
that
also
had a little
supports
boost,
he
yeah.
supports other movies.
Yes,
So like when Barbenheimer
right.
was going out,
Yeah.
there's a picture of him. He has his big old popcorn. He's seeing
Yeah.
Barbie, and then he's
Yeah.
also seeing Oppenheimer. He's going like he understands like we have to support other
Yes,
movies.
absolutely.
So like now it's like okay, well now you have all these others. Before it was like my movie's gonna outdraw you.
Right.
Yeah.
But now it's like no, like let's collab here. There's no
Exactly.
reason
Might
not
as
to
well.
like promote each
Exactly.
other.
Yeah.
And then that hopefully garners
Yeah.
some
So, yeah.
lust there for movies.
And they
but-
really should. It's not really a competition necessarily.
No,
Like,
it shouldn't be.
No, it shouldn't be because it's like
Not with how close it came to almost dying out.
well, and I can see why they're like, oh, mine is better. Of course, there's always bragging rights, but at the end of the day, you're pushing like everybody.
Yeah.
Water all rises at the same time.
well,
Right.
and for instance, like because like we're in sales, right? So like
Right.
the thing is, you go okay, like Lilo and Stitch is on its third weekend and it's still doing $60 million.
yeah, which is wild.
That's
opening numbers for
three,
other movies,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
3 of the Karate Kid.
Yeah.
So like you go okay, so like if you're the Karate Kid guys, you're going, we picked a horrible weekend.
a terrible
Right.
weekend.
Right.
Or in their head they're going, guys, it's the third weekend. Maybe it'll
Yeah.
drop off by then,
Yeah.
and they just underestimate how
That, I
popular
think that
it
had to have
is.
been it.
That probably was it.
Yeah.
Because they were smart avoiding that weekend.
I'm
Right.
assuming they had like contractual obligations already, like, oh, we're going to open in
Probably.
this window.
Yeah.
And then they
Yeah,
were
I
like,
think
well,
so.
we'll just push as much as we can. That's my guess.
Yeah.
I have no clue how this works.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, they gave
somebody's gonna comment
it
like,
wasn't-
actually,
Yeah, actually,
It
yeah.
wasn't for lack of advertisement though, because there was plenty of advertisements during like the finals and during all the playoff
Yeah.
runs.
oh, they just
Like,
threw
so they
Stitch
were-
on everything. They're like,
yeah,
we're gonna
well,
throw
for both Stitch and Karate Kid.
I would
Oh,
say
Karate
Stitch Stitch's
yeah.
marketing budget had to be more though.
Oh, but for sure, it's Disney.
Stitch
Of
was
course.
Because was it
Of
what was
course.
it the Super Bowl when it showed Stitch? It was like the halftime show, right? Or like in the commercials. Stitch was like on the field and he was like attacking someone. Or
Oh
something.
yeah, because they did. That's when
Yeah.
they did like the alternate reality,
Yeah,
right?
and that was in February. So like
Right,
think
yeah.
about when that was the beginning of February
Oh,
when the
they
Super Bowl
marketed
happened.
their
They were starting marketing
rear ends
months
off.
ago.
Yeah.
So it really just depends on what it is. And I think with Karate Kid, they probably also know what they are. They're like,
Yeah.
it's nostalgia.
Yeah, that's
At this
exactly.
point.
If their
Pure and
budget was
simple.
45, I think they'll at least get that. You hope
Yeah.
that you
Oh,
get some
you'll
streaming
get-
rights
yeah.
and some things like that.
I'm sure.
Well,
I'm sure
that's-
streaming they'll probably do really well.
Yeah.
I mean, do we talk about the whole like how Matt Damon explained like there's no such thing as like a DVD bump anymore?
Yeah.
Because like it was before, it's like
Yeah.
it's like you don't. Before it was like all right, you had your if you have an okay box office, you had all right,
Right.
DVD sales are going to bump it up, and now it's like you don't have it because streaming is just killing any sort of secondary revenue.
And they got a piece of all those sales.
Oh, yeah.
I bet those contracts to go into the streaming. It's like, oh, we'll just give you this lump sum,
Yeah.
and then we'll worry about what it does.
I wish I remembered what movie it was, but there was one with it was like somebody got mad that this company sold the movie to Netflix instead of releasing it, and the guy was like, "Look, Netflix gave me it would cost 40 million to make.
Yeah.
Netflix goes, we'll give you 150 to give us the streaming rights."
Right.
All for all time.
And
or
I think
whatever,
it was during the time during COVID, or like right after COVID, when he
Yeah.
was like, "I could have put it out there and probably made 10 million in the box office, and it would have made nothing. Like we would have made
Right.
no money back."
Right.
So I took the route that gave people the most chance because no one was seeing movies.
Yeah.
They're like
nobody was.
everyone's watching them at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have a guaranteed 150 million and be good and make a profit
yeah.
and be good.
And it also used to be like syndication on TV. It's like, all right, you have your movie box office, you have your DVD, and then all of a sudden it's now you can put it on TV for X
you'd
amount
have
of money.
TWC would pay you.
Yeah.
Because that was
Per-
before
it's
The
like
Walking
per
Dead.
play or something
Yeah, it's
like
per
that,
play and
yeah.
everything. Or what did whoever bought Spike was saying? They were
Yeah.
like just paying people bukus
Oh,
just
yeah.
to get programming on.
It's only we've
Exactly.
seen anything.
The
That's-
guy who did the vampire series in Austin, what was his name? True
True Blood?
True Blood?
Maybe was that a vampire series?
Yes.
Yeah, on HBO.
Yes.
Yeah.
He owns a station, and I watched an interview with him, and he was like, "Yeah, we bought the station, put ours on, and then we were just paying bukus to get
Oh, yeah.
programming.
Yeah.
Because you can't have a blank station.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
it-
that's how Friends. All the stars of Friends are making just absurd amounts of
Yeah.
money from all the syndication deals
Yeah.
because they got a piece of that.
I
Well,
bet
dude,
that-
look at Tubi. Tubi
Yeah.
is a free platform.
Yeah.
Where they make money, where they're making money, where they can actually get these movies is ad revenues. And
Yes.
'cause you subscribe or you log in or create an account, but
Right.
it's free. Like you
Yeah.
do nothing. So you're like, well, what's the benefit? Well, it's because the ads.
Yeah.
Like you can go in there. That's why we had that people message us on
Yep.
TikTok. That was like, we watch my movie. It's on Tubi.
Right.
Like, yeah, sure, because it's free, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, and
And
it's
it's like and you get the views. Like you get people watching. That brings. More
it's crazy.
stuff in.
Tubi is recoming. They just reinvented just old antenna television. Where
Yeah.
we're just gonna have,
Put it on there.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have a station. People can tune in if they want to. If, we'll have a small viewership, but it'll be
There'll be
constant.
some on-demand
Yeah.
stuff if you want, and that's
Oh,
it.
100%.
Yeah.
But I think that's why it's like because there needs to be a safe space for people to be creative and make movies that isn't Netflix or
Yeah.
Hulu. Because the thing is, they take I'm assuming they take a large
assuming.
sum of that. They go,
Yeah.
we'll give you
They
this
have
amount.
to, yeah.
Everything else, we'll give you
For
150
sure.
million. Everything after that is all us.
Oh, for sure.
So
Yeah.
Tubi, there has to be the little guy thing.
Yeah,
It's like
they have all the leverage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like it's crazy. So
But
like
YouTube is interesting because it's giving people leverage back.
Yeah.
Because you can put your own stuff on YouTube, and I think you can even pay gate it now.
Yeah.
yeah,
for-
you could pay.
Yeah, you can have memberships directly through YouTube. Yeah, absolutely.
And honestly, just doing that, you probably make a pretty decent
Yeah.
chunk. I know a lot of stand-up comedians do it.
Oh yeah. There's
like,
But
I
their,
watch-
their model's a little different. They make their money live. So
Yeah.
it's really just
Yeah.
broad advertising for what they would see live.
I want to
anyway.
say who was it? I think it was Andrew Schultz who
Andrew Schultz released.
over COVID he released his own
Yep.
and like it was like he had a talk with Netflix. I think it was Andrew Schultz that he like Netflix was like, hey, you need to cut some of this stuff out. And he's like, no, I'm gonna put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And he made tons of money, and they're like, all right, we can do it without editing.
Oh, I bet all
Yeah.
of a sudden everybody.
They're like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
we thought about it and we're good. Like
Yeah.
it's tough, but there's just so many different platforms now. You will get people that just release it.
Right.
They're like, I'm just going to put it somewhere
Yeah.
and we'll see what happens. If it's good enough, they'll
Yeah.
get traction and they go out and network and hustle their butts
Yeah.
off. But it's a different time. That's why like I get like brain rot because there's just so many platforms.
Yeah.
There's so many things. That's
There
why I have a
is.
hard time with shows.
Yeah.
I can sit down if somebody goes, "Hey, we watch this on Tubi." Sure, because I can at some point spare 2 hours.
Sure.
I can't spare 8 years, 22 episodes.
Yeah.
like it's hard.
Yeah.
That's a tough one, especially when it hasn't come out. Like Lost, I watched when it was new.
I do wish more shows would like have a vision of like, this is going to be 4 seasons long, maybe 5.
It's gonna be good.
And then it's going to be the best 5 seasons of TV that
Like
you've
The
ever
Sopranos,
had.
right?
Yeah.
It was like The Sopranos was great.
Mm-hmm.
It did its thing,
They told their story and got
and then
out.
it was done.
Yeah.
And we're done. And honestly,
Breaking
Bad did that.
did the
It
same
was like,
thing.
and honestly, they had the world at its fingertips. Mm-hmm. I bet they could have asked for anything for the next season.
Oh, absolutely.
And it would have happened, but all the stories were done.
Yeah.
Obviously not, because they have 4 spinoffs. But
Well, the most recent thing that pissed people off was Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Oh my
Because
gosh,
you
yeah.
had you had 6 seasons where they followed the books.
right.
5.
5 seasons. They got past the books.
I'm not
He's got-
sore about
No, no,
this.
no.
got 'em
So,
down.
so they got past the books, and you go, okay, it's still good, right?
Right.
And then you get to the last season, you go, okay, there's something weird going on. I'm not freaking out yet.
Right.
And
And
then it just ends, and you're like,
But do you know what
this is
happened at
horrible.
that point? Right before season 8 happened?
No.
They got offered by Disney to make a Star Wars movie.
There
So
you
they
go.
rushed.
And so they rushed. That's
Time to
why
get
it's
production
8
done.
like hour-and-a-half long episodes that just threw in a story.
Yeah.
Now-
they dipped out, got so poorly received, their Star Wars movies got
Yeah.
canceled.
So now that I know you're passionate about this,
Yeah.
I need to have a heart-to-heart.
All right.
So let's see if you feel the same way as I do. I would have been fine with everything that happened in that season if they had a plan for who takes the throne at the end.
No, because they still did a lot of characters dirty.
No, they did absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. But I can go. Look, it's 6 or 7 seasons of them preparing for this war, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people were like, they rushed the war, and I'm like,
Right.
bro, it was 8 years.
Yeah, the whole
So,
series
like,
was the
so
war.
so the actual plot, I don't mind. Yes, but the way that they had certain characters do certain things, like Arya coming in and just like all of a sudden, all right, cool, she's a super assassin now and she can do whatever she wants. And then like you have Daenerys' entire character change at the end there.
I 100%
It's like,
agree.
I
think though, like for me,
and
again,
then like all of the
did you
three-
read the books?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that makes
oh
sense.
yeah.
So
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
so like let's see, like
Yeah.
let me based off somebody who didn't read the books.
Right, sure.
So I'm gonna go. Okay, we knew only one person or team or unit, only one thing could get that throne.
Yeah.
They were gonna end. We knew it was gonna end, and someone was gonna be on that throne.
Yep.
And I go, okay, Arya, I could see it.
Mm.
I go, okay, Tyrion, okay, I could see it.
Mm.
And you go, and then they had the whole thing where you find out about Daenerys and Jon Snow, and I go,
Yep.
bro, let's
setting
go.
that up
Let's
so
go.
hard,
And then they
yeah.
do a complete 180. They Last Jedi us, where they go,
Yep.
all these things we set up, they don't matter anymore.
No.
Right.
The way it ended, because it's all about, like, if I go, the first hour of this movie sucked, but the last hour was freaking amazing.
Right,
If
right.
I watch a movie and the first hour was
I
so
was
slow.
clawing my eyes out the whole last 2 episodes.
I remember when the season started, I looked at Caitlin, my wife, and I go, if it wasn't like this is the
wife.
only my wife for all you guys out there, my wife. There was only 2 people I didn't want it to be, and it ended up being one of them. And I go, okay,
Yep.
they did it, but then it's the one character that probably saw all this going on
They
the whole
didn't even.
time, and
They
it could have
didn't,
been like,
and they
okay.
didn't even do it like naturally either.
No,
It's
it was just
at the
like
very end,
you.
It's just
Come
kind of
Good
like,
luck.
and you.
Just roll the
All right,
whole
cool.
thing, pull a name out.
That's exactly how. That's almost exactly how it was.
And they
Like,
and then like they did do
Oh.
Daenerys' character dirty, and then Jon Snow, where I'm like, I was a Jon Snow stan.
Yeah.
I was like, Jon Snow, let's go. That's my boy.
Yeah.
This is his destiny. And then it just goes like, nah, man, go back to where you were three seasons
good.
ago.
Yeah.
You're like, what? So
Yeah.
for me, I would have forgiven some of the other dirty character, like
Right.
everything else he did dirty.
Just make
if
it
they made sense at the end.
just
Like if it goes, this
make
is
it a cohesive plot, and
Yes.
that's like, to me, it's like, especially for Game of Thrones, if there's a book series and then a movie series, in my mind I separate those 2 entirely. I
Yeah.
appreciate that
You
there's
have to.
source material, and I appreciate that they're doing live action.
Right.
If anything, for me, it helps. I like the fact that I can now put a face to
Right.
a character in a
Yeah.
book next time I read
True,
it.
that's
But
true.
I don't do the opposite of, all right, the plot is
Yeah,
whatever.
Well, and that's why I can't do House of Dragon.
Right.
I'm like, I can't. I'm like, I just can't. I'm like,
yeah, and
people
so-
say it's good. I'm like, I can't.
For Game of Thrones, I wanted it to be a cohesive plot.
Yeah.
And in
Yeah.
just the last 2 seasons were not cohesive. You could tell they were just throwing stuff together and
Right.
hoping that it made sense. and
Well,
it just
because
didn't.
like anybody who puts a storyboard together, they go, okay, this is where I want it to start.
Right.
It needs to end like this.
Right.
Let's fill in the make sense to
Right.
end here. Like you need to come up with the beginning and the end, and then fill the gaps.
Yeah.
And so you could tell they didn't have an ending.
Yeah.
They were relying too much on the books.
Yeah.
And they go, oh, we have our source material. Okay, let's change
Because
a
it
couple
really
things,
is.
right?
Like
Let's
the
fresh.
first 5 seasons
But-
are probably the best TV
Yeah, it was
I have
great.
ever seen.
It was great.
Like,
Definitely.
really, like outside
The
of...
season and 3/4 I watched was fantastic.
And honestly,
But that's all you need
all you
to,
need.
really.
Dude, it
Yeah,
was really
it's
like
so
legitimately
good.
season 1 had me enthralled.
Yeah.
Season 2 was good. I lost it when Daenerys Targaryen. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Yeah, watch out. Got lost in the desert with some magicians.
Yeah, that's
that was a sticking
stuff
for me.
Yeah,
so I just never recovered from that.
No, because hers is the whole mystical.
It was very mystical, which is just not my style.
That's fair.
Which
that's
makes total sense.
And there's a lot of stories, and and this is the thing. There is a lot of stories. There's a lot of separation. There's a lot of things that you have to follow.
Right.
And I was okay with that. There was a couple times where I'm like, I don't know what's happening with this dude.
Yeah.
But that's fine because I was like, I had my two characters I care about. I'm like, let's see what happens.
Although that's one of the reasons why people are saying that it's taken so long for the next book to come out, because Dance of Dragons was the last book that J.R.R. Martin released in 2011.
Yeah, he takes forever to write books.
It wasn't even that long. He started the series in 95, 96, something like that.
Yeah.
But mind you, that's 5 books? 6 books? That's not bad over from 95 to 2011.
And they're good.
That's not bad. But it has now been longer than that entire time span since the last book. And now people are saying it's because he put in so many different
pieces.
You lose track.
He can't put it back together. Obviously, I don't know what a writing process is like, but that can't be at all easy to
well,
try
and
to do.
you imagine it went out in 95. I bet he was already halfway through book 2 by the time it reached.
Oh yeah,
so even add years to that, he really put in a lot of work. To make it make sense.
Yeah, and I think I also think too, not George R. Martin, but I think the brothers. I think they were kind of they were like, let's swerve. So they probably didn't want to know yet because they're like, oh, we got to make it a swerve.
I think they knew what the ending was supposed to be, but I think they just took whatever they knew from George R. R. Martin and just kind of.
Martin hasn't released the final book. Though.
No, he has 2 more books.
Ever going to release?
At this point,
he also was late in life when he found success.
Yeah.
He
looked like an old fisherman.
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised. He's like, guys, it's my secret to keep.
Right. Yeah, he just doesn't do it.
He's probably he's got a note somewhere in the drawer going.
Yeah, it's like
it was Daenerys the whole time.
What is that Glass Onion movie where they're like running around the mansion?
Yep. Yes.
The secret. Yeah, that's gonna be after Martin goes.
They should be looking for a scroll. We need to find a scroll that has the ending. But that's why I've I think I've been burned too much.
Yeah.
I Lost at the time. I didn't like the ending of Lost.
Yeah.
Now I rewatch because Caitlin had never seen it, so I showed it to her, and I was like, "It is what it is."
Yeah.
Because I know it now, and the hype's gone after years. So I wasn't happy with that.
Those first seasons of Lost were different.
Yeah,
they had everybody
good.
was about it.
So good.
I really enjoyed the first, even though I'm not into the sci-fi as heavily. That was the part where
it's not even true sci-fi,
but it isn't true sci-fi
because it was a mystery for 3 seasons.
Yeah. It was a mystery, and those 3 seasons were some of the best television at the time for me.
Oh, dude, that whole season 3 with Charlie.
Yeah.
I was done. I was like, Charlie. So Charlie is the little drummer.
What year did Lost come out? I don't think I watched.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say this is my guess 2004.
I know it was early 2000s.
Yeah, it was early 2000s. I'm gonna say 2004.
I know that I didn't watch season 1
No, I didn't watch Lost until season 4 was out.
What would your guesses?
2004.
I just know early 2000s.
2004.
Oh,
that was pretty good.
Right on the money. Yeah.
Nice.
Miss Charlie, such a great cast.
But yeah, because I remember season 4 was about to come out.
Yeah.
Walmart had a thing where it was the first 3 seasons together. You could buy for like $30 for all 3 seasons. So I went and bought that. Because I don't know when season 4, because that was 2004. Season 4 was probably 2008, 9. So I was like 16, 17. So I think I had a job at that point. So I went and bought those 3 seasons, binged them, and then watched season 4 when it came out. But I remember watching it being like, oh, this is crazy. Like,
wild.
This is wild. Like it was such a good job, the mystery the whole time. And then that's another one where I go, I don't think they really had a plan.
And they also did the Jaws thing a little bit, where all the suspense was like directly off camera.
Yeah.
Like, camera.
It really is a lot of off camera. There's a light over there.
Well, there's a light. Or, the monster is making this noise behind this bush, and it's like, okay, cool.
Were you happy with the smoke monster?
Not
his story or what it represents, but like the fact that you don't see what it is for 3 seasons.
I appreciate it.
And then you see it and you go, okay.
I liked it because it was kind of like different. It was like, ooh, what is it?
Yeah, it wasn't
but
like...
also, I was much younger when I watched
That's
it.
True.
It wasn't like they threw
It's
the Yeti. What do you know? They didn't throw some BS like
It's a Yeti. I would love it if a Yeti comes out.
Oh my god. It was close. They had the freaking polar bear in there.
Yeah, that's true. And
they threw some random stuff in that.
But you know what though? I really thought like this is gonna be Lost talk because I feel like they set up for that kid to have powers. They set it up.
Yes.
And then they just washed him off the island. I'm like, did his parents say he had to go to school or something? Like, he was there, and they're like, his whole thing was, he saw the comic book, and then now there's a polar bear. There's something else happened. He brought it out.
Yeah.
And you're like, they're gonna set him up to fight these things.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And then
Nothing.
Nope.
Just gone.
They took him off. You never see him again. He's gone.
I would like to go back and do a full rewatch.
You should.
Yeah.
I just did it
You
last year.
And all the other series that you need to watch.
Yeah. I'm never gonna.
I find it to be easier to binge a show you've already seen, though. I don't know what it is, but like you can get through a show you've watched already pretty fast.
My problem is that when I do watch a show, I'm like, okay, I need to pay attention. But then, dude, these shows, they're long. Like you said, you know,
It's
an
20-something episodes, yeah.
Honestly, the first season of The Walking Dead, which was on cable television.
There's only 6 episodes.
It was on TWC, right?
Yeah.
It was only 6 episodes, and I liked it because, like you said, kind of like with the movie, with the thing, it was 6 episodes. They knew exactly where they were going. And it was funny too because that was a pilot season where they didn't have a second season.
No, that's why it was only so short.
You got 6 seasons, prove it. It was like, okay, we're gonna tell one good story because this might be the only chance we got.
Yep.
And that made it really good.
And they also heavily followed the source material for 3 seasons.
Yep.
Didn't know it was comic book.
Yeah.
inside.
Oh,
I
dude,
had
like
no
if
clue.
you there was those
Graphic
little things they
novels are
changed.
some of the greatest things to follow.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
for like source material because it storyboards it for you.
Yeah.
All you have to do is like maybe combine a couple things and it storyboards the entire thing.
The only other one that I know was a graphic novel that I watched fully was iZombie.
Yeah,
I don't know if
iZombie
y'all
was
saw that.
good,
I
dude.
did.
It was
watched that.
unironically
iZombie was
very
good.
good.
Interesting.
A little low production value.
I mean,
Yeah,
because,
of course.
you know,
you can only do so much.
It wasn't
Okay.
huge, but
I don't think they expected to be anything. I think
the
that's partially
story
the
was
problem.
actually really good, and the acting was all right.
Yeah. Do you know anything about iZombie?
no.
So
I like that it was
she works. Does she already work in a morgue, or is it before?
Is this like iCarly?
No, it was. She worked at the morgue before.
Okay, so she worked at a morgue. She
pretty sure.
becomes a zombie. Like she becomes a zombie and either starts to work at a morgue or whatever. But she eats a brain. Like she works somewhere else, becomes a zombie, works at the morgue after she becomes one because she needs to be able to eat brains.
Yeah.
But the problem is after she eats the brain, she can like have that person's memories and like takes on their personality a little bit.
Yeah.
She doesn't like strictly become that person
Interesting.
instantly,
Right.
but she has traits of that person and she can see. So
Yeah.
like she's solving crimes.
Kind
So
of
it's
like
murder.
Raven when she has a flashback.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so she'll be like, this person came in and they got blunt force trauma. We're trying to figure this solve
So
whatever.
she
so
scoops
eats
a little
scoop a
brain
little brain
out.
out. But like what's so funny is there's like montages, like she'll throw the brain in like a blender, make it like
Yeah.
a taco. Like
They were really ahead of their time for like the cooking TikTok.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. You should watch it. I think you'd like it. It's,
You would like it. It
I forgot about
I
it.
think it was only
Yeah.
like 3
You
seasons.
It
said
wasn't very
This
long.
is a graphic novel too.
it was a graphic
It was,
novel.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But I think it was on CW. I think it was on CW because it was
I
like
think so.
it was like before it
Oh
like
my
came on around the
gosh.
same time as
Yeah.
like Arrow and stuff.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It was good. Oh man, you brought iZombie
Yeah.
back in my life.
Wow.
Forgot
One of the podcasts I used to listen to was Rooster Teeth podcast.
Yeah.
And they're like super into movies. I wasn't, but I listened to the podcast, so I would pick up little pieces. That was one of them I saw
Oh,
my
it's
God.
so
because
yeah.
they interviewed the director. and I was like, okay, this sounds different.
Okay.
It's so funny. iZombie's problem that ended up kind of facing, I think, why it ended so short,
Right.
was because you could tell it was kind of like with Walking Dead, where there's like no real reason why this is happening. It's just
No.
happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then they kept making it bigger and bigger, and then like now this person's a zombie, now this person's a
Yeah.
zombie, and it's like eventually there's so many zombies, but there's no solution.
Right.
Sure.
So they're like, well, crap. Now there's just nothing but
Yeah.
zombies.
Right.
What do we do?
It was like NCIS. It
Yeah.
just kept going.
Yeah.
Just-
And
It's a
basically
crime of the week
Yep.
at that point.
Yeah. And so like the zombie, like they're basically like normal people as long as they eat brain.
Huh.
And if they get hungry, if they starve or get too
Yeah.
hungry, then they turn into the zombie which is like
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
so they
right.
have to eat brains to
It was a
basically be
unique.
normal.
Honestly, that would have been a good one to give. Like, okay, this is going to be a 12 episode,
Yeah.
20 episodes.
Yeah,
and we're gonna
miniseries.
Cut it and go.
I'm a huge fan of miniseries.
Yeah.
Well,
like because it goes. It's like a movie, a little bit longer,
Right.
but then you can go, okay, like it's a show, and I'm
It
cool with it.
tells a
But
story.
it tells a story from start to finish.
I think BBC has probably some of the best miniseries.
Yeah.
Like any of the British, like those British shows
Okay.
are amazing. Do you ever watch Bodyguard? It's the guy who is.
I don't think I watched
Matt
that.
Dillon movie from the 80s.
No.
Hey, there you go.
No, he's
Right here for you, buddy.
not Jon Snow. The guy who plays his older brother, King of the North.
So I know you're I'm Rob Stark,
Rob
right? But I
Stark,
know you're
yeah.
talking. I don't know his
Yeah,
actor's
so
name.
that's the main actor in
Really?
Bodyguard. Yeah, and it's a one series, super good.
Really?
It's about like a bodyguard of a British. Not the prime minister, but a politician,
yeah.
and they're trying to solve like a terrorist plot at that
Okay.
point. Very,
need
very
to check
good.
that out.
Interesting.
Yeah,
It's like it wasn't a miniseries, but it was on BBC. Was Sherlock?
yeah.
Sherlock
oh my
was
gosh,
great.
Sherlock
like
was
you might like
amazing.
Sherlock because it was
Probably.
It's Benedict Cumberbatch.
It's like
Yeah,
3 episode
yeah.
seasons because each
Yeah.
episode,
3 episode
yeah, because each
seasons?
episode's like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there's only 3 episodes.
And it
but
takes
it's, you know.
takes one of the stories
each episode is one story of a Sherlock Holmes.
Of a Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, and so it's right there. It's like, all right, it's an hour and a half, but it tells a whole
story.
A whole story right there.
Right up my alley, baby.
In a very in a very modernized like fashion.
Right.
Where, because I know they did, what was it, Elementary? They did a show.
I've heard Elementary is really good, but I never got to watch it.
Yeah,
I haven't watched that.
I haven't watched it.
But that wasn't on BBC, was it? That was like
they were like the network show.
Yeah, it's on network. I think it's on network now, right?
Yeah.
Because wasn't like Lucy Liu?
Yeah.
Lucy Liu was Sherlock, wasn't she?
Something like that.
Yeah. I'm like, okay.
But yeah, no, Sherlock was the BBC version, but because of Benedict Cumberbatch and the guy who played Watson, I love him.
He was Bilbo.
Yeah, he was also
Martin Freeman.
Martin Freeman. Yeah. Because of their shooting schedules of all their other stuff, it was like, all right, we shoot the 3 things now, wait a couple years, shoot another series.
Wow.
Because you had one doing Bilbo and you had the other doing Marvel at the same time. But we also got Sherlock in the middle here. Yeah. So it's like they both were going like this. Like, 3 seasons.
Oh, yeah.
But it was good. I'm like, because again, an hour and a half is, I mean, it's a movie. Yeah, but when it's 3 seasons, I'm like, you watch one now, in a couple days you watch another one.
Yeah,
and next week,
no big deal.
And it's like they do have some through line.
And because they have Moriarty in there.
I didn't rewatch Sherlock, man.
Of that one. He was Fleabag, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fleabag.
That's so funny. Like Sherlock, man, we're reminiscing about some good shows, man. I forgot about, like, obviously I didn't forget about Lost, but like re-talking about it, you go, like, you remember the good times.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Lost has one of the best scores.
Oh my gosh.
Lost is great.
For TV shows,
yes. One of the best scores. And I think wasn't that Hans? Or was it someone? No, it wasn't Hans. It was what was his name?
1 second.
I think it starts with an N. I don't know.
Hold on.
Put me in my place, Marcos. Do it.
We'll give it.
Do it.
Starring Michael Giacchino.
Close enough.
Yeah.
I said in.
In is right next to
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen.
So he's done a lot of cool stuff. So Mission Impossible, a few of them.
Okay.
Jurassic World.
What?
Wow.
The Star Trek reboot series.
Okay.
Rogue One, The Batman, so the new one, and also a few Medal of Honor, Call of Duty. And Fringe. Did you guys ever watch Fringe?
No. That's one I've heard.
Want weird sci-fi?
Is that the medical thing?
No.
Or am I thinking the wrong thing?
I know. Why is it that I thought the same thing?
I thought,
I'm like, wasn't Fringe a medical show?
Kind of. It was more like so it's fringe science is the whole point of it. So like you remember back in like the 60s and 70s where they're trying to do like psychedelic powers and whatnot. Yeah. This is like what if that actually. So you remember the actor of Denethor? In Return of the King?
No.
So he was the steward of Gondor. Gandalf the White and Pippin come in, and he's the guy with the broken torn.
Oh,
and he's like the main foil at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
He plays a crazy, evil, not evil. He plays a crazy scientist in that one.
So, right.
Where he wants to there's a scene where like he's walking in and he goes, "Do you see the unicorn over there?" What unicorn? No, I was like, okay, good, because I've dropped a lot of acid right now.
It's interesting.
It's amazing. So
people say they love Fringe.
It's got Spock in it. The guy who played the original
Stewart?
Spock.
Like original Spock?
Original Spock, yeah.
Out of my league, boys.
I know his name and I never remember it.
It's got Joshua Jackson.
Hey, that's my boy. That's from Dawson's Creek. Pacey.
Dawson.
That's Pacey, baby.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So he's there.
We got Pacey in here.
John Noble, that's who I'm talking about.
Okay.
That's your Denethor.
Yep.
So, yeah, he's crazy scientist. Lance Reddick, that's right.
He's a good dude.
I know that guy, yeah.
He's funny and stuff. So it's like clearly people, the problem is there's some actors where I go, he's a great actor. I can tell you his name.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know who this is.
You know what's funny is before watching...
Leonard Nimoy, thank you. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was the Star Trek name.
Before
Leonard Nimoy.
Before watching Lord of the Rings, do you know the only thing I knew Sean Astin from?
I'm going to say 50 First Dates.
50
Was it really? Let's go!
He wears that mesh top in every scene, and he's just like the weird
he just starts pumping eyes.
He's like the weird older brother,
so funny.
On steroids.
Yeah. I had to think of somebody I don't think it's gonna be Goonies.
He's got the weird lip going on.
Yes. So the whole time
what
I
are your,
see him, all I see is every single time.
Mr. Frodo. Let me carry the ring for you.
It was so jarring for the first while.
Because he's actually in pretty good shape. That's what's so funny. Like he was in good shape for there a little bit.
Right.
Like now, I mean, now he's just older, so he has like old man
I
dad
haven't seen him in a
bod.
while, so that makes sense.
He was at a Comic-Con I went to a couple
judge.
years ago, and I saw him, and I'm like, he just looks like someone's dad.
You know,
and I mean that respectfully because
he's
like,
exactly just.
He's in a red little sweater. He's got little tiny glasses.
No,
He's sitting there.
No mesh top.
No, he's just sitting there. Yeah, I wish,
he really
dude. It was
is just
great.
kind of like, all right, he's a nice.
He's just
dad.
a nice dad now.
Yeah.
Like he's like my dad.
Oh,
like
that's
that.
hilarious.
I'm like, let's go in there and say hi.
Yeah.
Like you're my dad, even though he's like 10 years older.
Oh my
10
god.
years old.
How old is Sean Astin? All right, homework. Let's see.
Homework
Let's
time.
Pull it
All
up.
right, take guesses here.
I bet he's probably like.
I'm gonna say
40s.
52.
48.
Because I'm like, when did Goonies come out? 80s?
54.
Oh wow, look at you.
Yeah. On
knowledge.
point for the guesses here.
Guys, I can retire.
Yeah.
I'll see
All that
myself
time.
out.
Yeah.
All that time watching movies paid off.
Yeah,
The whole
having no
timeline.
life for
Yeah.
17 years really paid off.
Apparently, yeah.
Well, I think so. It's the way my brain works. Goes okay. He was at least like 13 or 14 in Goonies. That came out in the 80s. So I'm like, this is
Just
subtraction.
start
Right.
gauging
I'm like,
it,
I'm
yeah.
33. Math is here. I don't know. He's at least older than me.
Yeah.
That's basically how I had that. Like
I don't think I've seen the Goonies all the way through either.
Goonies. So
Nah.
You
It's
know
been a
what-
long time since I watched the Goonies.
Yeah.
because that's
Good
why
old
like
Josh Brolin.
people really love like the Kids on Adventure.
Right.
And I'm like that one. Like there's that one. Which
There was an era of those movies.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's Goonies. There's the
Stand By Me.
Stand By Me.
Uh,
Super 8.
yep.
Super 8's really good.
Okay.
That's a J.J. Abrams one. These kids are like, it's like, I don't remember what the time frame was, but they're doing like, they're recording film on
Right.
like a train track, and then
Yep.
the train crashes and there's a monster in it.
Okay.
So like that's another one that's like E.T.
Right, right.
Adventure. So I'm like, yeah.
Well, that's why.
Those old VHS.
Well, that's why.
Yeah,
That's why
those old
Stranger Things
talkies.
is such like
Yeah.
a good like revamp of it.
Yeah.
Because it was taking all of that same like mindset and same vibe and put it into just a modern. What if you had good effects at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why
For
Stranger Things is killing it because I'm like they took
Final
that,
season coming out this year.
Yeah.
Finally, end of this year, I believe.
Dude, I was reading up on that why it's taken so long because they're like
They're all movies.
yeah
essentially.
Well, season
that really?
4 came
Yeah.
out in 2022.
22 or 23.
Yeah, it's like 22, 23, and then there was. I think this new season was supposed to happen last year, but then the strikes happened, so then they couldn't
That's
do
right.
it. They had to stop every
Yeah,
production.
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah.
Jeez, damn strike.
Right.
It's always the union.
Ruining my movies, ruining my
Yeah, right.
shows. Selfish.
But now all of the actors are full-grown adults at
Yeah.
this point.
That's the hard part about shooting a show with
like-
kids.
yeah.
Is, like a kid goes through puberty and it's like
But
they
also,
get
it's like-
four times the height.
They shot all of-
yeah.
school
Yeah, but it's like they're all like mid-20s now. They shot this 2 years ago.
Oh, dude,
That's the
11 is
thing.
married now.
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
She just got
She's
married
like
this year.
20. She's like 21, 22 at
Yeah.
this point.
That's
The dude who has
Yeah.
the main
The-
nerdy kid with no teeth.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like the oldest one, I think.
Yeah.
And he was on some show.
He was on Broadway.
Yeah,
Was
Broadway.
on Broadway?
Well, actually, tell you, he was on Broadway as a kid. He was he played in Les Mis when he was a kid.
Wow.
So he's been in showbiz for forever.
Yeah, I
but like,
guess
yeah,
so.
he's done a
Not
lot.
mainstream though.
No.
I'm sure the mainstream from Stranger Things is different.
Yeah.
Well, and to bring it back to
No longer allowed
Marvel,
to
it
go out
just
in
shows you how
public.
long they take to film stuff. Because
Yeah.
when they hired the new Spider-Man, Tom Holland,
Mm-hmm.
they hired him in like 2014 or 15,
Yeah.
and they're like, he was like 19, and now he's
Yeah.
like 30.
Yeah.
And you're like, yikes.
Dating Zendaya.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're the new Hollywood power couple.
Yeah.
No, they just need, for their own sake, they need to stay out of the limelight.
Yeah.
Just try your best
That's
to
a
not
couple
be
that
together.
like doesn't have a lot of like talk about them except for their
except for
movies.
the movies, yeah.
He's a phenomenal golfer, by the way.
Is he?
I've
Oh
heard
yeah,
that he's a good
no,
golfer.
he's an extremely good golfer.
He's got the time.
I mean, yeah.
You know, he probably has
just become a millionaire, James.
a few country clubs.
I would
Yeah.
love.
He probably owns
Wonder
one.
about-
You
Yeah.
you pull the Samuel L. Jackson. He loves golf so much in his contract. He has it where he's allowed to go golfing at least once a week.
Does he really?
No, that's in his contract.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that he's
Can you
allowed to
imagine
go
having
golfing.
that much power?
Yeah.
I'll do my job if you let me golf once a week.
I like how that has to be a thing because I know there's downtime on those sets.
100%. Yeah.
You would
Why
think
don't
so.
you
Or
just go
date-
golf?
Yeah,
Well,
you
I
would
think it's
so.
just it could be like, hey, we need you on call just in case we need to
Yeah.
shoot something. He's like, no, that's gonna be my day. I'm going golfing.
I
It's
have
just
heard-
official.
That's
He can't
true.
get knocked for it.
Instead
I
of
have heard
6
the call
days.
times are hilarious. They'll like call you at 10, and it's like, oh yeah, we'll see you at 6 p.m. when we
Oh,
actually need
yeah.
you. You
Well,
have to be
especially, I
here.
can't imagine where like
dude.
they're doing nighttime shoots where it's like,
Yeah.
all right, show up at 2 in the afternoon. Why? Because makeup's gonna take 5
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Like
I hope y'all are ready. I was looking up, just for fun, I was looking up extra work in Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, if I find the right one, the three of us are going.
Yes.
I'm like, I told Kate, I'm like,
Oh,
I want, like, I just want to be an extra.
I would
in anything.
love to be an extra.
I don't care what it is.
Yeah,
I don't care if it's a commercial about diarrhea cream. We're gonna do it.
I'll be the spokesman right here.
Gonna pull a Joey and it's like, I'm gonna go to Rio.
Yeah, and then just everywhere, it's just him.
Let's do it. Let's go find some.
That's what I'm saying.
extra
I just like
amazing.
because like they do a ton of stuff in Dallas.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't care if it's a show, and I just need
They're
some
doing
dude.
a lot of stuff in Fort Worth now that
See?
they're like revamping it.
Yeah.
all,
I'll be
too.
guy who eats sandwich number
Shout
one.
out Tyler
Sure.
Sugar.
Yeah, why not?
Like in the background is me.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I'm in.
I would do it.
Yeah, dude. I'm saying we're gonna get our name out there. We're gonna make it happen.
Yes.
It is. I do like to go back and see because you can look up online.
Yeah.
But you look up online like actor before they were known extra in this.
Yep.
There's a lot of them. You'll see
Yeah.
randomly like they're right next to like, oh wow, they were in this scene. I would have never known.
Oh yeah.
Friends has quite a few.
Yeah, Friends has a ton of people where they're like, oh, I was an extra here, then now they're a huge star. And
Yeah.
you're like, you started off just sipping coffee in the background?
But that's exactly how it is. Like you just get a little bit of work, and then you need the. I think it was to get your SAG card. You need before it used to be you just needed one line of dialogue to make it, and then you immediately got into the
SAG and AFTRA or whatever.
Exactly.
Guys, I'm just saying.
And then you start getting more and more roles, and it's like, hey, I got my SAG card. I'm allowed to actually do something here.
Can you imagine if we get our SAG cards, if we get one line?
Just
in
one
anything?
Let's do it.
Like one line in anything.
And I wonder what is the rule for SAG? Is it like this has to be a blockbuster? Like
No,
think
because
it's-
technically,
yeah.
if you're an actor in anything, like I think you
yeah.
could be
No,
like a
no,
commercial actor. You
Yeah.
get a SAG thing because
Perfect.
you're an actor in the
we'll
business.
film our own. Let's storyboard it.
Yeah.
We'll film ourselves.
Yeah.
Next time
And then
there's a
we can
strike.
get SAG
There
cards.
it is. Yeah.
Next
We'll
time
put
there's a
it-
strike, I'll be right
Independent
there.
films,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
not. Maybe don't have quite the same.
They probably don't.
No.
Do it. What if I
Yeah.
put it up behind a pay gate and I buy it?
All right.
It's got one
Sold.
cell.
It's one cell and it's just me. I'm like, I did it.
Yeah.
It's like when you post something on YouTube or like Twitch and it's like just you rewatching it over.
Yeah,
and
over and over. It's like, yeah, it's got 50 views. I watched it
I
51
watched it
times.
51
I don't know what happened
times.
one of those times.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm like, we're gonna take this far, guys. We're
Yeah.
gonna be just doing
Yeah.
some weird things.
Let's do it. Why
Can I
not?
do some weird
I mean, they're
stuff?
trying to get more and more stuff into Texas, like for shooting
Yeah.
wise.
Well, Austin
like for,
is about to blow up.
Well,
I'm
Austin
sure.
for sure.
And
like-
it's always kind of been because UT's right there.
right.
They have,
There was some movie that Natalie Portman, Michael Fassbender, and I think Ryan Gosling, and they filmed in Fredericksburg.
Really?
And this was like a few years ago.
that would make sense.
Interesting.
And I was like, because there was
Okay.
like I remember buying the movie, being like, oh, I need to see this, and it was like they were like on the main street. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, I walk
That's
there every
cool.
day.
Yeah.
My family lives
Yeah.
there.
But I know, like, because of all like the tax reasons and stuff, they're just
Yeah.
like trying to flock everything
Yeah.
because they don't want to shoot anything in California anymore.
No,
And
it's
there's
too
just, there's just
expensive.
more space out here too.
Well,
Yeah.
and give it. I mean, things are already expensive here, but give it a year, and they're going to bring all that,
All the
all the expenses here.
Yeah.
extra inflation.
Damn
Probably.
hoodlums bringing their dang taxes.
Yeah.
And hippies and their marijuana. Bring it down, Texas. See, I can play Grumpy Man, number
Yeah,
one.
Grumpy
Grumpy Old Man number one, yeah.
It's like, sir, you're too young.
Speaking of a fantastical movie, Grumpy Old Men.
That is a great
Dude, Grumpy Old Men.
The problem
Great.
is, I was introduced to Grumpy Old Men by watching the Lions movie, Secondhand Lions.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
because
yeah.
those are the
Man, I
same
forgot about
actors.
that, too.
Yeah.
Secondhand Lions.
I know I've seen it.
Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah, it's like he
Okay,
he
then
has to go like
Yeah.
on the farm with these.
Yeah.
Are they both his? Are they like his uncles or
His
something?
uncles. Yeah.
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 Wow.
That was a
So
great
stupid. I've seen
one.
that one forever.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in band, they would anytime we had nothing to do, like if it was like the end of the year, we just watch movies and stuff. It was always either Secondhand Lions or Daddy Daycare.
Yeah.
They had like two VHS tapes. And
Yeah.
like pick one. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's the same ones you had all year.
I watched my fair
I-
share of Secondhand Lions.
I will have to do some research. I am not a movie guy. I was possibly in the background of a scene of one movie
My boy.
No.
it must have been late high school, early college. Somebody I knew was in film school
Okay.
and they were shooting a movie. They were like, "Oh, we need help, at the movie." I was like, "I'll come sweep the floor." Or
Like a
something."
big movie or just like
no,
some?
no,
Okay.
of course not. No, they were in film school.
Enough-
They were
enough to
just-
get your SAG card?
Yeah.
I highly doubt it. And I remember me and a friend were like, "Yeah, we'll come. We'll be PAs. We'll be so we would be like the person who like, hi, welcome to the movie. Here, come this way." And then they were like, "We really need extras because we didn't have enough people." So I think I'm in one crowd scene
There you go.
in the back, and it
You
was
need
like
to find this.
it was a Hallmark-esque like storyline. I remember,
Even
and that's
better.
all I remember. It was a short movie too. I went to the premiere.
Ah.
There were 6 of us. But yeah, it was like I think it was exactly 60 minutes long. So
Okay.
my time on screen was like 1% of the
Dude, that's the best
up
of
the lip and that was it.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're like that's the kind of stuff is so much fun though.
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
just like a short film, 1 hour,
Yeah.
just being there. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing to
Honestly,
lose.
it was a lot of fun being on set. Like I'll be honest, I was not a serious actor, so I was just there for the for the vibes. I
It's
was
like,
oh, this is something to do.
I
on
mean,
a
it's
Saturday
also
night.
like just being somewhere. It's like I'm behind the scenes of whatever it is. It's like it's an event.
It was cool.
You're allowed to be somewhere restricted.
Yeah.
And it's just
That's
cool.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
And you're standing behind the camera while she's like,
Yeah.
It was her first movie that she directed by herself. So
Okay.
I'm gonna have to look. It's been so long.
That's cool though.
I just love it where it's like,
I don't
lady
even
with
remember the name of the
amnesia,
movie.
and it's like a serious scene, and like you just need to act like you normally would when you're eating a sandwich in a pub.
Yeah.
And you're like, while they argue next to you, and you're
Yeah.
like,
That was the thing. There was like people who were taking it really serious on camera, and then you would like go down the hall in the kitchen, and me and the other PA are just like cracking up. We're like throwing, playing basketball with paper and stuff. We're just having a good old time. And then you go around the corner, it's like people who are like really into what they're doing. So
Like,
it was a blast to be on.
I just want to just go around. I just love the idea of the three of us running around DFW just being extras and stuff.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Like,
Yes.
and it'll be like one day we'll be in a huge movie, and then another one
Yeah.
will be in like a anal cream. Like,
Yeah, let's do it.
Ew.
I'm totally down for it
Hey,
all.
I'm down. Let's do it. That'd be
But
great.
have you seen there's a show, we were talking about BBC stuff, the show called Extras with Ricky Gervais. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
it's one of the funniest shows.
It's like a real life parody.
I've not seen a
Where
lot of
it's
Ricky
like
Gervais.
you would like it.
I've seen clips.
His
Yeah.
humor
Okay.
is amazing.
He's super dry, right?
It's super dry,
But
very
so they
awkward.
take like real people
Right.
and then exaggerated versions of
Interesting.
themselves. Yes.
So his whole thing is he basically gets paid to do extra work.
Okay.
And then like he wants to be doing more.
Right.
So like it'll be a scene where like we just need you to stand here, and then it's like him just like trying to randomly just insert himself
does
into
it,
stuff.
yeah.
And it's some of the funniest stuff I've ever seen.
Which, funny enough, he could probably just parody what he's actually seen because it's happened on set.
Oh, for sure.
Being
Yeah, 100%.
that, I'm sure he's been the front man often.
That's exactly it. Oh my gosh.
I know. All right, well that's a lot of movies and shows. I'm telling you, it's just so much to talk about. Like
Right.
this is so much going
Oh
on.
yeah,
I'm like that's why I'm
especially
like
with all the movies coming out and the kind of time of year it is.
Yeah.
oh yeah, and even just reminiscing on some of the shows like that, like iZombie, I completely forgot. Like
Yeah.
it's weird because I like didn't forget about it, but
Right.
it's just no one else is talking.
No
about
one
it.
ever brings it
Like,
up. Yeah.
No one talks about iZombie, and it's so good.
Yeah.
But I know so you got a couple sports things you want to throw out there real quick.
I did bring a few. So let me get my notes.
Because as of right now, as of this recording, it is the NBA Finals, Game 1.
It is. The game's not over yet.
No.
It's the third quarter, I think.
Fourth quarter.
I just looked down like, yikes.
Fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter.
So it's going about what we thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, down 13, 10 minutes left. Not looking great.
No.
Thunder
but
doing Thunder things.
there's still 10 minutes of play left, so I guess we'll see. I know in the first quarter there was 11 turnovers already
Oh my
amongst
gosh.
both teams, but I think it was heavily favored to OKC.
So we actually had 99 votes on our poll, which we're growing, so I felt very good about 99
Yeah.
votes. So 54 votes for Pacers, 45 votes for OKC.
Okay.
I would love to see the Pacers win.
I think those are people
Okay.
voting for with their heart.
Their hearts.
not
Yeah,
heads.
their hearts,
Yeah.
for sure.
It's the Cinderella story.
I would say that it is an interesting thing where we have OKC, which is an ISO-heavy offense, against the Pacers, which are more like team-based, team ball.
Yeah.
Because they're both good defense. Obviously, OKC is ranked the best
Yeah.
defense. I think they're ranked number one going into the playoffs. But it's an interesting thing. And my argument is coaching-wise, Rick Carlisle is light years ahead of, I don't even remember the guy's name who's OKC. But he's no Rick Carlisle.
I just been calling him Tom because
Yeah.
he has like a comb over.
Right.
Like he does my taxes. Tom
Yeah.
from accounting.
Yeah. So if it comes down to a coaching battle, I give Rick Carlisle
Because he does have experience. I mean,
Yeah.
he
So
has.
who can adjust the best in a
he's
7-game
considered one of the
series?
top 20 best coaches ever already.
Yeah, no, Carlisle. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Because he
So-
took a team
Yeah.
that should not have won and got them to
No,
win.
Yeah,
exactly.
They had a
exactly.
good Dallas team. I know he
Yeah.
didn't produce championships from all that.
Right,
but like,
right.
They had a great team.
Yeah,
Like, he
and,
coached them
and
well.
what he did with those roster talents,
Yeah.
I mean, and even with the Pacers, he's really, I mean, there are players there. You could take a lot of their players who get valuable minutes, put them on another team, and they won't even get minutes
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he's just good at systems. So, but Knicks fired their coach,
Yes.
I was shook by that, and I'm not even a Knicks fan. Like
old Tom Thibodeau.
And see, the thing is, I don't even think it was his issue at that point. Like, he did a lot with it.
it was a
with that
scapegoat.
team.
I think
he was a
owners
scapegoat,
go,
yes.
you didn't produce a championship.
Right.
You lost.
You took him to
You
the
did.
Right.
You took him to the conference finals.
Oh,
What else do
100%.
you want?
I mean, he did, and it's not like the only thing you can say is he did Thibodeau things where only 6 players get minutes. But
yeah.
when you hire Thibodeau, you know that's how it's going to go.
Right.
Because that's his thing.
It'd be, I know, again, it's different because we won a title last year.
Right.
But it would be like all right, you won the title last year and you didn't even get out of the semifinals this year.
Right.
Let's fire Joe Mazzulla. It's like, okay, like, yes, he coached kind of weird.
Right.
But also, like, no one was performing.
Yeah.
JT got hurt in game
Yeah.
4. Every player was playing injured. Like, it just wasn't his team.
To be fair, though, when y'all got rid of, who was before Missoula? Is it
Ime Udoka.
Udoka? It was the same thing. Wasn't he getting y'all to the final?
He got us to the conference
Yeah,
finals.
you
and
got there
but they fired
every
him.
year.
But they fired him for scandal, though.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah.
I can't even remember.
He got scandal. So
Full
they got
circle.
rid of
He
him.
is interviewing, I hear, for the Knicks job.
Really?
That's what I read. That
Interesting.
he is like on their their list of most likely targets.
There's so many teams where I go, I wouldn't want to be a Knicks coach, a Lakers coach, or you know what I mean? Like there's certain teams you're like, I don't want to be their coach because they blame the coaches.
Yeah.
They blame the
That
coach, and it's not
absolutely
fair.
is the thing.
Like the fact that Michael Malone, right? Is that his name? I kept wanting to say Carl for a while.
Carl
But I'm
Malone.
like, they fired him, and I'm like, bro, 2 years ago you won a title.
Everything that he did.
Like,
Yeah.
and y'all have had a winning season every year.
There is a rumor
And
that
major injuries every year.
Yes.
there is a rumor that their cat wasn't able to understand like the defensive like scheme.
Well, as
Like,
far as
according-
stories go, that's
yeah.
a believable one for
Yeah,
me.
no, I can absolutely believe that. Where like there were like some anonymous players that were coming
Yeah.
out and just like making statements.
There's a
of-
lot of player comments. Like that's one of the bad parts about the Knicks organization is because like everything that's ever happened in the history, dude. There's no secrets.
No.
Apparently, Jalen Brunson's dad, who's like an assistant coach or something,
Something like
for
that,
the
yeah.
Knicks. A lot of people came out complaining that he was too involved in the processes,
Huh.
which is interesting.
Interesting.
It just, people talk about how basketball is not the same as it was like in the 90s. Or they always go
Yeah.
back to the 90s.
Oh my
it's not the
gosh.
same as the 90s.
Right.
And for sure for coaches. Like
Yeah.
people talk all this mess about Pat Riley, but the one thing he is loyal. Like,
Yeah.
like he'll dogpile people, like players if they think they get too big for the team.
Right.
But then he'll be like, all right, fine, you're not too big for this team, get out.
Right.
He does it to everybody. But like Spoelstra's had no reason to keep a job. In theory, he's had no reason to keep a job, right?
Right.
Because like you won 2 championships and then you had dog crap years for a couple years.
Yep.
And it's like that was perfect time to fire him if you were any
Sure.
other organization.
Yep.
So with Thibodeau, I go, look, the record was like 17 and like 60 or something like
Right.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
right.
they had a horrible record 3 years ago.
God
Yes.
awful.
And then you got
Yes.
Brunson, and then you got Cat, and you had
Yeah,
Duncan.
right.
Like you had all these players kind of figuring out the team. You
Yep.
got Randall, and it's like you had a winning season the past 2 years. You did better than the previous year by getting to this.
Yeah.
far.
Nobody had any expectation for them to get this far.
No, dude.
Yeah.
I literally was one of
No.
the few one of the Celtic fans that go, "I'm so happy to be playing the Knicks."
Right.
Because I was like, I knew we could whoop their ass.
Right.
Yeah.
But then the reason why we didn't is because we got in our own head and we were just injured.
Right.
We were
Yeah.
just injured. So I'm like, there was zero reason to lose the Knicks. But
Right.
they got, which is like, okay, you even beat the defending champions.
Right.
At the very least,
Which
you
is
lost the Pacers.
crazy.
Yeah.
But you beat, exactly.
But
you
took
beat
them to
the defending
7
champions.
though. 6.
6.
But
Six,
still,
yeah. Still.
a hard fought 6.
Yeah,
Hard
it was
fought
a
six.
hard
Yeah.
6. And Celtics lost it themselves.
Yeah.
Like they capitalized on the Celtics dropping 2 20-point
I think their
leads.
future is dicey. Obviously, they've got the coach situation. They have a serious salary problem. coming
Yes.
soon, 'cause
This is
they've
going to
got-
draw back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is going to draw because what they're doing, what they're at right now, is they're in the Boston Celtic problem without
Yeah.
the talent.
Right.
Yeah.
Because Boston won the championship and did the right thing. I will never say they did the wrong thing. They did the right thing by re-signing every player
just
they won the
re-sign.
championship
See
with.
what happens.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Run it back.
They-
Yeah.
They did the best they could. They're not going to have JT for a year. So now, okay, now what do we got? We got to rebuild around
Yep.
Brown or whatever we do.
Trade rumors around Brown.
Yes, which will, I was like, I have some feelings on that. So, there's that. So I'm like, okay, but the Knicks right now, losing Thibodeau, like, I just don't think it was the right thing to do
No.
because I think it sets them back. Now
But-
you don't have a coach, and now you have
Right
to get
now,
rid of all these
coaches,
players.
it's a scary. I wouldn't want to be a coach.
I would
No.
hate
You
to
got
be a coach
Denver.
right
I'm
now.
going into the playoffs. I got you here, and you're gone.
Yeah.
What do you
so
what,
the
do you remember what
Suns-
started? Like,
So
what was the,
supposedly he was treating Russell Westbrook the same that he was treating like Nikola and the other superstars.
Really?
And I guess players were upset because Russell is not the superstar anymore.
No, not anymore.
By the way, Russell Westbrook, strange aside here, the Hapoel Tel Aviv, the Israel basketball team, I guess,
yeah.
are giving him the biggest EuroLeague contract offer ever. Strangely enough.
Would you take it if you're him?
No.
No.
Gosh,
no, he's
no.
got money. Like, he's
That's true.
hundreds and
He's
millions
still
of
got
dollars.
at least 1 or 2 more years of NBA.
I
level
looked it up to
basketball left.
see. Do you know what the highest ever paid contract was?
Oh.
$5 million. So they put out this press release like, we're going to offer the
elite-
biggest ever.
5 million and one.
His league minimum right now
I would
for
say
him
the vet league
is
he
3.6. So it's like $1.5 million more.
Yeah.
Which for me, you could chop. You okay over there?
Yep.
The chair. We dropped the chair with those facts right
Yeah.
now. It's like,
Oh!
3-6.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But
I don't know, man. What's your
So
thoughts
Phoenix
on the
is
two?
gone. Denver coach, which Phoenix I think they just hired somebody from.
Yeah.
Did they? I
Phoenix
forgot who they
coach,
hired,
Knicks
but yeah,
coach.
he's gone.
Yeah.
And then in Denver.
Denver.
Yep.
Yeah, and honestly, I think Philly's coach is gone soon.
Which is just crazy.
Which-
Because I'm like, Philly's one of those things where you go, Embiid didn't play, and when he
Yep.
did play, he did nothing.
Yep.
Paul George was not who you bought.
No.
Yep.
You can't blame the coach for that, dude.
No.
I hear.
What I would do
honestly,
is I would give him,
Mavericks
like,
are on
one
the
more.
on the chopping block. Jason Kidd is a free agent after the summer.
If I'm Kid, I would be like, good. Get me
But
out
that's
of
not,
here.
that's
Yeah.
not getting fired though. That's just him going
So,
deuces. I don't want to be
A
here. in
lot of
this
people are
organization."
saying they're either going to not re-sign him, which I feel indifferent. I don't care as a Mavericks fan because I don't think like a new coach would be fine if we get a good one. I don't think there's a lot of good coaches out there necessarily to pick from.
Not right now.
All these
No.
other teams did it first, so you're going to get the second rate. Anyway.
Right. Yeah.
Malone would
But-
be interesting
It would be interesting
because he knows how to work a big guy.
yeah. he
And
does.
so you got, okay, so now we got Davis, who needs
Don't
somebody who
give me
knows how to
Tom
big Davis.
Thibodeau, though. I would be so upset.
That would be
That would be awful.
hilarious.
That would be
That'd be
awful.
hilarious because the thing is, you go, all right, I know we're going to go as far as the conference finals.
Yeah, that's where we're going to go.
No, but
You
then
know, that'd be better than what we did this year.
True.
So.
no, but
That's
then you're
true.
gonna get another 1-for-1 trade for 80 to Cat, and Cat's gonna follow him down,
Oh, gosh.
and then he'll get him fired for a third time.
You know, Jay Kidd got traded from the Nets, I believe, for 2 second-round draft picks.
Oh, that would be
As a coach.
that.
That's interesting.
That's
You can
weird.
trade a coach.
Yeah,
He got traded as a coach. It was either the Nets or the Bucks. It was something like that. He got traded for 2 second-round draft picks
That would-
and like a
what
future
a weird, what a
first.
waste.
And then
I
he
think
went to
trading
the
for a coach
finals.
is a waste.
It's very weird, especially if you have a coach like Jason Kidd's an interesting coach.
Yeah.
He's a player's coach, but
Because let's say you're a losing team. Let's say you're
Mavs.
The Mavs, right?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
let's say. Well, I was trying to think of
For
someone
me.
who's kind of
No, no,
stinky.
no.
For
Let's say
blunt-
you're
for me
the
blunt about it.
you're
Yeah,
the
for
Mavs,
sure.
right? And you're like you're halfway through the season.
Yeah.
You've lost every game except for like 3. You're
Right.
like, there's no shot to even regain
Yeah.
anything. You might as well just wait and just end the season and then maybe
Yeah.
hope you get the first round pick and
yeah,
whatever.
and then see what happens.
Don't
Yeah.
trade 2 picks for a coach. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like what? A
Well, they were
waste.
2 second-round picks, so
Still.
Still though.
I mean,
For a coach.
for a second-round,
Not even like a
picks.
third string point
Yeah,
guard.
right,
like, you're getting a coach.
It's a very odd situation.
could you imagine being a
You can
player
trade coach
though,
for coach.
and
Yeah.
having that kind of thing of like, hey, I'm going to trade you just for picks, not for another player.
Every now and then you get cash consideration.
Right, exactly. Like, all right, here's a little bit of cash and
That's literally
a pick. Maybe.
Here's a chimichanga and a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
exactly
That's
it. It's not even like a lot of money. It's
No.
like, all right, here's 500
Hey,
grand.
hey,
maybe.
the future,
Yeah.
the future face of the NBA, Bronny James, was the second rounder, boy.
Jalen
Yeah.
Brown is being traded to the Spurs.
That's so. For me,
Can't wait.
if you're going to lose Jalen Brown, it does because I get what they're kind of trying to do. Because I get the idea, like let's rebuild now.
Right.
But
Right.
in my mind, I'm
Might as
going.
well.
So what they're basically admitting to me is that they plan on tanking this year. Because if you don't, because listen, you
Yeah.
don't. Let's say you keep, because like okay, let's say you keep everybody. Brown's your
Right,
trade pick.
right.
You're like, I'm going to trade Brown for picks and for a
Which
couple other
Kristaps
picks.
got to get traded too. With
Kristaps, exactly. So you're
Has
going to lose Kristaps.
Al Horford's gonna
Drew's
mostly
always
retire.
there. Al Horford made a comment that I don't know if he doesn't know yet or that he plans on playing one more year.
Yeah.
But like either way, you can't rely on
Close
Horford to
enough.
be your star.
Yeah.
You don't have JT till best case playoffs.
Right.
And then you're basically like, okay, what do you like? If
I
you
don't
trade to
know.
the Spurs, you're not getting
Well,
you're not
what's
getting Victor.
the point? Do y'all own y'all's draft picks? Y'all
Yeah, we
must.
have we have a ton. We've gotten a lot of draft because think of all the
Because of
trades we've
Brad
done over the
Stevens.
years. We have
Yeah.
2025, 26, 27 draft picks from like 6 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Because
I
we were
remember
trading
'cause
players for
Brad
picks.
Stevens was
Yeah.
collecting
Like
them
I'm not. I think what they need to do,
Paid off.
if it were
They
me,
did.
I would go. I'm going to keep. Okay, I'm going to like. I have some good shooters around.
Right.
I'm going to keep like a Derek White. I'm going to keep Hauser. I'm going to keep Pritchard because they don't cost a lot,
Right.
and I know they can make shots.
Right.
I'm going to keep Jalen Brown for now, so I have the face. I have
Right.
someone to be my
Right,
face
since
who
your
can
other
lead a
face
team.
is on
Right.
IR, so
You trade. You have good trade bait with Drew and Porzingis,
Interesting.
and then I would give up like a pick or two. So like you go, okay, like I'm
so
going to
you'd
give
rather
up.
keep Drew than Jalen Brown.
Yeah,
Or no, you'd
I'd rather
rather
keep Jalen
trade
Brown because
Drew than Jalen
because Jalen. Because here's the thing with Drew. Like Drew clearly showed he's starting to be on the decline as far as
Right.
defense goes. That was his thing. We won him last year. He was a huge reason why we won because of his
Yeah.
defense.
Yeah.
This season, numbers drop. It happens, but
Right.
like the playoffs, it was like a shell of himself.
Right.
It was weird. It was like
Yeah.
everyone who wasn't hurt was a shell of themselves.
Yeah.
The only one who wasn't was freaking White. He was the
Yeah,
only one that
Derek
still
White
looked
was
the
doing
same.
his
He
thing.
played the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
But everyone else was either hurt or they dropped.
yeah.
Yeah.
Porzingis has played only 50%. He's been there 2 years.
Welcome to
he's
the
only
Porzingis
played
game.
exactly.
As a
He's
Mavs
only played
fan,
50% of the game, so he's only played 1 year of 2
Yeah.
years. And so you think of that, you go, okay, we won a title pretty much without him.
Mm-hmm.
We basically got as far as we did basically without him.
Yeah.
So we
Definitely
don't need him.
Yeah.
No.
But we do need his tall guy. So I've seen rumors with Porzingis with Gafford or Drew Holiday. I've seen Drew Holiday for him. I've seen Porzingis.
Yeah.
I've seen a package with Porzingis and Holiday to Phoenix for Durant.
Yeah.
So that gives us another
All
second-hand
right,
shooter.
Durant's been talked around for a while. Like,
I don't think Durant wants to go to
too.
Boston.
No.
I think they'll give him some leeway. As like,
Yeah, and I don't think y'all can take the salary.
No, because he only has a couple years left.
He does, but that's a lot of salary.
Yeah.
I think he's making like 40.
Maybe
something.
because the Timberwolves were another option for potentially trading for KD as well, which I don't know if I agree with.
I don't think Porzingis will go back to
Rockets
Mavs.
are the favorites. Right?
Yeah.
I think Drew will go. They'll use Drew for Maverick trade bait.
Yeah.
We'll get a couple big guys who can defend the bottom, can score double digits if you need them to. So I see Drew going there. As far as Porzingis goes, I think it'll be something like we're not going to get a superstar for him, but we'll get some good middle characters.
Yeah.
Because we just need we need somewhere to get us, and we need to show the fans.
Yeah.
We have a good future.
Yeah.
Because JT is young, but the thing is, like, that's a rough injury. That's a rough injury for a 27-year-old.
You don't know if he's going to come out as good, better, or miles worse.
And
they really could go anyway.
Well, in best case scenario, he comes back in the playoffs next year if we make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, we don't see him until 2 seasons from now. So you go, okay, so that's 2 years from now we don't see him? Like, that's rough. So that's a different team.
Yeah.
That'll be because whatever team we have this year, it'll be a new team then.
Yep.
You want to prepare for his return.
Yeah.
So you don't want him to come back and then not fit anymore.
No.
Right.
So right now you go, okay, we have some wiggle room. Let's get rid of the guy who's injury prone and the guy who's aging, and everybody else is still worth it.
Yeah. I hope that y'all do trade with the Spurs. Okay.
Because I saw the players they were. What was the players that they were trying? That's the rumors.
What's his name?
It starts with a C. It's like
Castle.
Yeah,
I think that's what y'all are looking for. Obviously, you're not getting Wemby.
Fox they just got.
And the Fox they just got. I hope. I don't want anybody. I don't want Drew Holiday for the Mavs. I don't think it makes any sense for us, really.
I think
just on his age lineup, I'm not sure.
Nothing Mavs do make sense.
It's fair. It's fair. I got Nico at the helm, but I don't know. He is old, like AD, Kyrie, and Clay, but I don't know if we need another old body.
No.
So
you need some youth at some point.
We need some, and we got Cooper Flag, PJ Washington. He's not that.
Well, and how many picks? How many picks the Mavs have this year? A couple, right? For sure, number one pick, right?
We got number one,
we'll get Flag.
And then I think we just have a second.
Okay, so we'll get like a second rounder. You get somebody to kind of. You have enough
We're supposedly picking up a few free agents, Herb Jones, which y'all are going to be in the market for, I bet.
Yeah, because look at the Mavs. I do agree the age thing, but like if you look at the Mavericks, they have too many big guys.
Right now,
So,
we've got to get rid of PJ.
Yeah,
Which honestly, I don't want us to because we need to take minutes off of AD anyway. Because we have Derek Lively, PJ, and I can't remember.
For sure.
Dude, he needs to be on an extreme.
Don't get me wrong. Mavericks are my West team. I pull for the Mavericks. But golly,
that man cannot stay healthy at all.
That is his is his kryptonite for sure.
It's crazy. And Kyrie's not going to be back until late December.
It'll be.
It's going to be a while.
I don't expect him until All Star for me. Like until you see him like he's.
It's a 4-point game, y'all.
I told you there's a lot of time to play. I'm looking to see. I'm drawing a blank.
See, here's the thing. I have no ponies in the race, and I go. Would it be funnier for OKC to lose, or would it be funnier for Indiana to lose? Probably OKC. I feel like the OKC curse, but I like those guys.
I like OKC. I like any underdog, so I'm good with either team winning. But
I'm a basketball fan.
I told you it was a close game. So there's a lot of basketball to play.
Well, history has shown us every.
I think OKC is going to take this one.
Yeah,
I do.
So,
obviously, they're up, but. I think they were always going to take the first one. It's in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Well, let's compare superstars.
Let's just talk meta. Let's just talk meta. Pacers couldn't even land to practice because of the tornadoes.
Yeah.
So they had to land in Tulsa and then figure out something.
Did they bus it over?
Bus over, from what I understand.
Man.
So already,
that's
not
rough.
to make an excuse, but
that's that much less
that
prep
is
and practice,
not the way I want my mental to go before the first game of the finals.
You're reviewing footage on the bus going over.
Yeah, like coaches like in the private jet, like, all right, guys, we just got to figure it out.
Hey, and numbers wise, I'm sorry, man, I'm jumping on this train again. Number wise, it's not comparable.
What's that?
Halliburton is not equal Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
No,
they're not comparable. Because they average different points, assists, rebounds.
They do.
They're not the same. It's not comparable. It'd be like Derek White to LeBron James. Like it's not a comparable.
Oh gosh, it's not that different.
Oh, God.
It's not that
Austin
different.
Reeves to
I think
Halliburton's closer to
impact on
Austin
the
Reeves.
game. I think impact on the game. Of course, Shy probably a little bit more, just because offense is the most important skill. Scoring, putting the ball on the hoop is the most important skill. Everything else, I give to Halliburton. I think his playmaking's better. His playmaking's obviously better.
I can tell you're lying.
No. Playmaking's better. He's better.
I do think his playmaking's better.
He's better rebounder. Yeah. I think ultimately his defense is probably better. I give the shake to him.
Yeah, no, and here's the thing. I like to exaggerate my feelings on Halliburton because I think it's just funny. You are correct. But I will say, though, I think it's going to come to, unfortunately...
Who wins?
It's going to come down to which superstar performs.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And I know we tease about if Halliburton's a superstar or not. I don't think he is.
Halliburton's going to go through the same thing CP3 did, where, because, CP had the same problem, especially after his injury. Young, he was a scorer, but then afterwards, he was really just a facilitator, a defense guy, a hustle guy. Yeah. He could score, but...
And I do like... And
he wasn't your main scorer.
Yeah.
And funny enough, CP didn't even have the, because Halliburton's a big guy. He's like 6'5".
Yeah, he's a big dude, yeah.
So he's got all the physical attributes. He's just not... And he doesn't even mind the big shots. He's just not a scorer by heart.
No, he's not.
He's a distributor.
He is, and that's why I tease, because it's like you can look at some of the great facilitators that are superstars. The reason I tease about him is because I think people we go back and forth about what's more important, stats, championship, whatever it is, and I'm I just think he needed that edge. He needed one more final push.
He's another comparison would be Alonzo Ball, non-injured.
Yeah. Non-injured,
If you go somebody who was a superstar but fit that archetype, right? Like this is like 2K and we're just gonna make character. Yeah. He's like the play style, I guess. Best superstar would be John Stockton. Not a scorer, but a passer.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Steve Nash wasn't a huge scorer.
No, Steve Nash.
Steve Nash wasn't. He was one of the best. Right? Yeah, he was fast. He ran around the bottom of the rim 1,000 times and passed the ball.
And he was smart. He wasn't the best defender ever, but he was.
Are you considering Steve Nash as a superstar though, or just a star?
Steve Nash, because the thing is, he was a huge help in Dallas. He was one of the main reasons why Dallas was doing as well as they did for a little bit when he was there.
Nash, and then when he left,
in Phoenix, he
did well. Phoenix, they didn't win, but they could have. Yeah. Given the right circumstances, and again, they played some teams.
The Steve Nash Amari Stoudemire combo was kind of fun to watch.
Dude, it was so much fun. I loved Amari Stoudemire.
He was a star because the thing is, Steve Nash. This was my argument about the superstar thing.
Yeah.
Steve Nash, wherever he went, was the facilitator. He's one of the main faces. He was your 1-2 option always.
Yeah.
Halliburton, I go, okay, if you put him with the Lakers, I would argue maybe option 3.
Option 3 for what though? In what terms?
Meaning
because you say Steve Nash was option 1. He wasn't never the option 1.
No. He was probably a 2.
Scoring?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
No, dude, he was never. I don't think he was ever the scorer.
No, not score. No. But he was okay, we need someone to go out there and make a big play. Yeah. Nash was your guy.
Yeah. I argue Halliburton does the same thing because when it's clutch, it's Halliburton. He's got the ball. He may not score it.
Yeah.
But I don't even. Dude, he took the step back 3.
Would you put him on the same level as Steve Nash?
Steve Nash had a long career, but as far as year to year,
you could argue going close to it. Yeah.
Okay.
I would argue that.
We'll see how time goes.
I would say that Halliburton's defense is definitely better than Steve Nash's defense. But his playmaking isn't necessarily where it was.
No, Steve Nash could make nothing out of something out of nothing.
Steve Nash also made up.
It's just tough. I think the whole superstar argument is one of those
it's hard.
It's hard because it depends on what metric you look at.
Yeah.
Right.
For me,
and superstar wanes. Jamal Murray, that one year, superstar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That year they won.
Yeah.
And I don't remember all the stats, but I know that he was a killer.
Oh, yeah. You got the ball and you're instantly.
Jamal Murray this year, they're he can shoot.
Because now what they go is his knee, man.
Yeah, it's his knee. It's his knee. And he did have a good injury, but it wanes. It definitely ebbs and flows.
Brunson, the reason why I edge Brunson as a superstar more than Halliburton is because he leads the Knicks.
Yeah.
Halliburton guides the Pacers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? there's I facilitate for the Pacers, and then I lead the Knicks.
Shy in the same thing though. I mean, those teams that are built on teamwork, it's hard to be the leader.
It is.
Shy's the leader
but there's
because
always
he gets
still
40 shots a night.
True. No, you're not wrong.
Take the shots away. Same with Brunson. Brunson's the leader because he gets 30 shots a night.
OKC, Boston last year, could have won without Tatum. I 100% the team last year was brutal.
But that's because everybody was also playing at the level that they should have been.
Kristaps was doing really well
when he was on the floor.
Right.
Yeah. Which last time he played us,
Jaylen Brown got the conference finals MVP and the finals MVP. Yeah. He was playing at an elite level. Yeah. Hauser was freaking Pritchard was doing
White. Nobody,
the team was dominating.
They were dominating.
So you didn't need Tatum.
Yeah. And
you
the only
needed
reason,
Tatum this year.
Yeah.
Like
the only
everything.
reason that Halliburton going to the Lakers, you have two of generational talents.
Yeah.
That would be like trading Steve Nash to John Stockton's team and being like, well, yeah, but he's not bringing the ball up. Well, it's a generational talent.
Well,
You're
okay,
comparing
the
him to.
Spurs.
Oh, for sure.
Do you think he'd be?
He'd be the number one initiator for sure.
Well, agree. Yeah, I
Which
agree with.
that's what Steve Nash did.
Yeah.
He was your initiator. Like Nash's only job was to run as fast as humanly possible, start to finish.
Dude, I love. Have you watched like a Steve Nash highlights? It's just like
and then I love he would get in the paint
Yep.
and then he would just do this, around and around, like ring around the rosy of the big man.
just so funny. Dude.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't, and honestly, I probably would concede the fact of me more. He's let the Pacers should not be here.
Yeah.
He has led them.
The
here.
best argument you still got me on if you take the top however many players, I don't know, top 50 in the last 10 years, he wouldn't make it.
No.
So real quick. So let's say there's 50 players.
Okay.
Where's the cutoff? Like how many of those 50 players until they go from superstar to star? 20?
Depends what year we're looking at. Like how many years?
Current superstars.
Okay.
Over the past, let's say the past five to 10 years.
Okay, last 5 years, and there's 50 of them.
And how many of the 50 would
Sure.
go from superstar to star?
So out of that, you would have there's
I would
20 all-stars.
20 out of 50?
Yeah.
I would say maybe 20, maybe 15.
Okay, so you look at the
Of
past,
true
because the top 75
superstars,
thing
yeah.
was like the decades.
Yeah, it was of the decade.
So
but
let's
yeah.
say 50 in the past 5 to 10 years.
Well, okay, let's look at this. There's 20 players on an all-star lineup,
Okay.
East-West.
Okay. So,
Which, by the way, is U.S. versus World. We're losing.
yeah, it's
Now
gonna be
we
We've
are.
got
Yeah.
Luka.
It's gonna be embarrassing.
Jokic,
Yeah.
and dude, it's Giannis.
Yeah.
Like that team is gonna be so stacked.
It's going to be stacked.
Like go USA and everything. We're gonna I'm gonna wear the jersey and we ain't winning. But
All right, so let's look at the All-Star team then.
yeah, you pull
No,
that.
but
up,
the All-Star is
and
different though
then-
because it's the fans voting. It's fan voted.
But you could
Well, it's also voted media side as well.
Yeah,
So
sure.
let's talk, or even All NBA, right? There's 20 20
All right.
grand total.
So you're gonna look up the 2025 All-Stars?
Well, my question is out of the All NBA players, right? There's a All NBA.
Mm-hmm.
How many of those are superstars?
All right, so let's see here. All NBA team.
It's tough though because like Draymond Green is on all first defensive, right?
I would say, well, I'm saying All NBA, like
Oh,
all around.
yeah,
So the
okay.
all around team. I think there's 10 players.
Ooh, I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even know who got it this year.
All right, so here is
I have to look at that because they announced it. Normally, I look at that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
but-
All right, so here's your first team. Giannis.
Is this
Shai.
All NBA? What
Yeah,
is
so
it?
this is 24-25 Kia All NBA team voting results.
Okay.
Yep, from NBA.com. So Giannis, Shai, Jokic, Tatum, Donovan Mitchell
Okay.
for your first team.
Sure.
Second, so we're all agreed.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
So right off
without-
okay. I mean, not yeah.
Yeah.
That's absolutely correct.
Second
Sure.
team, Ant Edwards, LeBron, Curry, Mobley, Brunson.
Mobley.
Okay.
love
so,
Mobley.
okay.
That's where I
So
start
first,
going,
second, Halliburton's not even on either one of those.
No.
No. And so then
That is. But I'd have to see who's
Did he
in-
go third? I don't
Is
know.
he third?
So third team is
probably
Cunningham, Cat, Halliburton, Williams, Harden.
Okay. So now look at who he's with.
Wait.
So Cunningham.
We're just going to talk skill for a moment. Harden being there is at third. I would argue his effect on the individual team is equally as high as Shai's.
James Harden.
Yeah, he takes 30 shots, of course. I don't know how many he took this year, but in general,
No, I mean
Yeah.
Harden in Houston was a monster.
So yeah, like was he an all-star player? Absolutely. Is he? I
don't
would
know.
say not as much.
I need to look up his stats.
I would even argue LeBron is teetering that line between.
LeBron is probably teetering line.
Like
Evan
that
Mobley,
superstar
I love you,
versus-
Evan,
yeah.
but, bro, I don't know though. 22 and a half points a game with 8.5 assists and 6 rebounds. And he shoots 40.
Who is this?
Harden. That's good stats.
But Harden also again is somebody with longevity. Like
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
look at Harden with such esteem because when he was in Houston, he went from OKC to Houston, and people were like, "Oh, he can't do it alone."
Yeah, and then,
And then he
was
did it alone.
and then he
Houston
did.
was insane for
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
few years. Like it was like they never could get. I was so weird that they could never get over that hump.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they could have,
Right.
but like he led them to like
His
freaking
downfall
star.
is everything but scoring.
His is playoff runs.
Yeah, his playoff runs, energy on defense,
Yeah.
attempting to get a rebound. The only defense he's got down is that little swipe he does.
Little tap, little tap,
Little
spot.
zesty,
Just a quick little hot
Swat, swat.
He kind of like
cat,
looks like I don't want that ball.
He got a little cat in him.
All right,
Yeah.
so here's like all-star teams, for example. So obviously a little bit
It's
different.
a little different because it's Shaq's.
Yeah.
Shaq and Chuck
right.
did the draft.
Yeah. So here's your Shaq team: Jaylen Brown, Curry, KD. Are we considering him a superstar still? I would.
KD?
For
Yeah.
this year, I
KD?
would still.
Yeah, sure.
Again, I'm considering him with LeBron right there. He's on the line where.
And for him, you look at his entire career. What
Yeah.
makes him a superstar is his entire career versus like now he's just
Right.
the joke because he's been on 5 teams. in 3
Exactly.
years.
Harden.
Yeah.
Kyrie. We consider him still.
Kyrie Irving? Yeah.
Yeah. He was killer.
LeBron, Damian Lillard, Tatum, AD.
Okay.
The difference between KD and James Harden scoring was 4 points a game. Half the assists, same rebounds.
And so then on the other side for Kenny, Jalen Brunson, Cunningham, Ant, Darius Garland, Tyler Hero, Jaren Jackson, Mobley, Williams.
I would not put Darius Garland.
No,
on
Garland
that.
or Hero.
Love Garland.
No, yeah.
Because Hero is one of those. He's not the like he's had to be recently.
Yeah.
Well, because he's the only one left.
But he's the only one left. So like
Yeah.
he's not the
Well,
main
and
guy.
he's not the main guy. He's a good scorer.
Yeah, he'd be
like
like if
individual
Duncan
scorer.
Robinson
Yeah.
got voted in. You'd be like, what the hell?
Oh gosh.
Like, it just makes no sense.
But yeah, and he doesn't have the playmaking or anything.
and people are haters. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So Halliburton not being there doesn't necessarily mean anything because that was a fan vote.
Right.
But like, I think if you take it face value and you go, okay, the top 20 players right now,
right.
I've had to name 20 superstars. You'd go through Curry, LeBron. You go through all
Yeah.
those guys
Right,
first.
right.
And you go, okay, maybe you got 2 spots left. And you go, okay, do I put Halliburton in my last 2 spots in my top 20?
So it goes to the point where I don't think there's a solid 20-point or a 20-man superstars.
Yeah, because
right
at that
now.
point you'd have
Yeah.
again,
You're
it's all about
stretching
what
a
metrics
lot.
you decide.
Yeah.
Really, it's tough.
Right.
For me, it's like he's been
So
Halliburton went from because where was he before this?
I think he was just here.
No, he was somewhere. They traded him. He was somewhere else
Or
and
was
came to
it-
the Pacers, but I don't remember where he came from.
Sacramento, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, I think it was Sacramento.
Was it
He
Sacramento?
came from somewhere, and then he got traded.
But he got traded like it must have been early on.
Yeah.
yeah, Sacramento.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's at Sacramento, and I don't even remember him there.
Did he play at Sacramento?
Yeah, he was
Two-
there.
2
He was
years?
there for 2 years.
Yeah.
See,
Poor guy.
He was,
Yeah, so-
he was in Sacramento for 2 years.
Anybody at Sacramento is a
That's
poor guy.
true.
They wasted the entirety of DeMarcus Cousins' like prime.
Oh, dude, all I know is Sabonis.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
That's all I know.
I mean, he was getting 13. He averaged 13, 14 points per game.
How many minutes was he in?
Let's see here.
13, 14
Yeah.
points, eh?
13, 14, I know.
Here's your stats here. Games played. Let's see here.
Oh, he was getting minutes.
30, 34 minutes.
he was
Yeah.
He had, it's because his
Yeah.
defense. He had no
Well, his
choice.
defense, and he was also their main distributor as well. He was averaging 7.5 assists
Yeah.
that second year.
So he was okay, but
Yeah.
was he a superstar in Sacramento?
No.
Not at
No,
all.
gosh, no.
So the reason why he looks so good now is because he went to Pacers, who has nothing. Like,
Well,
he went
yeah.
to Indiana, and now he could be the star there.
Now you
Yeah.
be the star, yeah.
So not the superstar.
Right,
Star.
right.
Yeah.
The star,
He'll be
yeah,
the
yeah,
star in Indiana.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
No,
we'll
we'll
see what
see.
happens
And-
with
Look,
this.
Everyone has to have the devil's advocate. They have to go.
Oh, for
they have
sure.
to have the guy going against it. Now, if Pacers can win the championship, I will buy a Halliburton T-shirt.
Come in and just walk into the Halliburton
because
jersey.
it's not that I don't like him. I think
Yeah.
he's hilarious. I
Yeah.
really like him. I'm a wrestling fan, so is he. So he's on a lot of
Right.
WWE stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, he seems like a good dude.
He seems like a
So
good dude.
I'm just being the hater just to have contrary.
Yeah.
But
He's
it's
an
just-
interesting case for it, though. And also, the question is, again, Rick Carlisle's a great coach. He can take a lot of bums to a lot of places.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah. Because I fully believe that you could replace put like a Paolo there, and it would be
Right.
the same result. I feel like you could put a LaMelo there, it'd be the same result.
That's the question.
I
Okay,
think,
so like LaMelo, is that a superstar?
I think.
Because they definitely don't have the team success. Love the man.
So
to
here's
death.
the thing with LaMelo.
No.
It's he's having the thing how I feel about Halliburton at the moment as
Yeah.
far as being in Indy. He's in Charlotte.
Yeah.
He's not doing it. Like, what else is there?
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like,
Yeah.
he's your
There's
star
nothing
there.
else.
He's your
Yeah.
superstar
Yeah.
there.
It's like
But-
every good tank commander.
Yeah. But I don't think we'll ever know until, well, we'll know at some point because he's young. So
Yeah.
we'll know if he goes to another team because we'll have to go do that here.
Right.
Right.
And then I
Right.
can have the fair argument.
I think it helps his argument the fact that he's able to do some of those, even the assist plays with the team that he's got surrounding him, because he's able to make a lot of really iffy players look fantastic with the way that he can
For sure.
define a game.
Well, and like a couple of these guys give me the same vibe. Like I really liked John Wall and I really liked Kemba Walker.
Mm-hmm.
But they were two guys that they were superstars in
Right.
Charlotte and Washington.
And then,
and then they left
and then disappeared.
And they were not the same players.
No.
100%.
They just
Now,
they're not.
Again,
Right.
John Wall had 2 knee replacements.
Yeah,
and
but
then
to say
left.
John
So
Wall,
he was
fair.
he
a matter
was
of
in a-
He wasn't the same
surgeries.
guy.
Yeah,
Then you had the Gilbert Arenas stuff. So, Gilbert didn't set a good stage for John.
But like
coming
Kemba,
in.
they were passing around. He was with Boston for a couple of years.
He came
They
to-
tried.
I think he came to Dallas.
Yeah, he was in Dallas for a
Um,
He's
while.
a journeyman.
Yeah,
man.
the problem with him is when your game is, especially for the small guys, heart to my short kings, but when
Pouring out for Mahomes.
when it's the small guys, Isaiah Thomas, Kemba Walker,
Yeah.
Nate Robinson, even once the athleticism goes,
Yeah.
it's gonna
If
be
you-
really hard.
Yeah.
There's
You
only a
keep-
few
keep
that can do
running.
it.
Yeah.
That's why
like
Kyrie
Chris
is a
Paul.
superstar. He's still
Yeah.
in there.
Well, Kyrie's also big. Big for
Yeah.
Because
like-
what is he? 6'1"?
He's like 6'2".
But like, all right, so like
yeah,
your Connolly is
Yeah.
then at that point, and
Connolly.
even then Connolly is probably on his last year. If
He's on
he
his
comes
last year.
back.
Really, the one that you think of most, CP,
Look,
kept it in.
Yep.
let's talk about this real quick.
Rajon Rondo.
While we're talking about Connolly,
Rondo, yes, but he also had he may have only been like 6'1", somewhere low 6s. He supposedly had the wingspan of like a 6'6".
That's
Oh, dude, his
true.
arm
Yeah.
is-
Dude, he's like a
That's
pterodactyl.
it freaked me out. His arms. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, you're too dang long. Would you be mad if you're Connolly? Would you be mad at the stuff Ant said? If you're Connolly, not if
Yes.
you're a fan.
Yeah,
of
I would.
Ant.
If I was Connolly, yeah, I'd be
It's a
like,
little frustrating.
only because he was
Yeah.
sitting right next to him, going, I don't care.
I'm
And, like,
23, dog.
When
Yeah.
like at the beginning, at the beginning
I
of the
would-
run, he was straight up saying, "We're doing this for Connolly."
Yeah.
At the end, he could have just at least given the bone of, "I'm ticked we didn't do it because of Connolly."
That's the problem. Because that's the thing. It's
Yeah.
like I get what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
Connolly's right there and you keep talking about you're doing it for Connolly, and then like everything out of your mouth is like, oh man, I'll be doing this next year, and I got plenty
Yeah.
of championships. Which is like Connolly's proof. Like, bro, that's not always.
That's
No,
not always
that's
the
not
case.
it.
Because
at
he's been
all.
on some good teams.
He's
and
been
still
on-
has not got
he
that
was on the
far.
grit and grind.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
when who was that? It was him and Dylan Brooks and all of them.
Yeah. So I don't know. I like Ant a lot. I think his nonchalantness.
He
is
does
a
need to
little too,
mature. He needs to mature a little bit
yeah.
more.
I think
He-
Randall's out.
Yeah. Oh.
I think Randall's out
Yup.
this offseason.
Oh, absolutely.
I think y'all should trade him in the draft.
That'd be interesting.
Really?
Yeah, I
trade
think
up.
I'll-
Trade up for a higher pick.
I think
I don't know. I don't think we trade for picks for him.
Well, we're only a couple weeks away from finding out where Durant
Or
Yeah.
or I think that y'all are going. I don't think he's going to Minnesota. I don't think that would help y'all very much.
goes. I know. I was like, can you see Kevin Durant with Ant?
Breaking news: Halliburton does it again with the game-winning shots.
Did they really win at
Bring
the
it in.
buzzer
They
again?
did.
Yeah.
I knew that it was a 1-point game with 30 seconds left. I was just waiting to see.
That's crazy, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Hallie just has a special. That's his specialty right now. He's
He-
on.
wow.
He's on something right now.
He's really on kind of the villain arc. Like he's really taken on that role. Wow, that is wild. They really did it.
Wow.
And it was, I mean, he just participated in other places. Like, I mean, he scored all right, 14, but
Dude, what I find fascinating is every team that Vegas had winning is not even there except for OKC.
Yeah.
Right.
And it, like didn't even expel. Like
that's
those
a
last-
huge win for the Pacers.
Yeah.
First one,
All right.
playing away.
I
Playing
want,
away.
I want to see this shot. Let's see here. If it'll load.
That's a superstar face right
yeah,
there.
right there.
That's the intensity we
That's
want
a
to
super- that's a
and he
superstar
should
face
learn
right
some
there.
intensity.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what? I'm telling you, he'll sway my superstar vote in this
He's-
series,
yeah.
win or
Well,
not. This
Because the
And
fact that
is-
he can be clutch right there, that's markings of a
Well, and
superstar.
it's not just one off. Like
No,
he literally
no,
did
he's
it.
done it every
Exactly,
game. And he's
yeah.
not
Yes.
scared of the big shot.
when he gets called, he does it. Like that's
Even though it looks ugly.
it doesn't. Hey, it
Because
doesn't matter.
his shot, like,
gets in the
it's
bucket.
just weird.
It's crazy.
I mean, pick a superstar though, and you got some weird shots. though.
Isn't he the one in the video where the ref took the ball from him and was making fun of the way he shoots?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. The guy with the big eyebrows.
Yeah. So 10 seconds left, 1 point game. That's OKC is going to be beating themselves up because of this right here.
Let's see
Yeah,
here.
let's see. 3, 2.
Oh, yeah.
Wow,
That's
with the
0.3
D2. That is
0.3.
cold.
That was somebody on him, too.
Yeah.
Like, I
So
mean,
what I
That
wonder
was
though is like
cold.
1 point game. Halliburton has the ball.
Yeah.
History has proven in these playoffs. I'm like I'd have put like 3 people on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because like at that point it's the same result. If
Right.
someone else makes it, then
Yeah.
you lost, and he
Yeah,
made it
exactly.
anyway. I'm like I'd put everybody at him.
The problem is that dude, you know he can make the pass too. You know he's gonna make a good read.
Exactly.
His passes to Siakam are really good.
And like we were
Really
saying,
good.
that's what makes him deadly to be able to actually, if he can't make it, he's cold enough to make it.
Yeah.
Or he can find the right shot if he's not the one that's going
Which is what I loved about Luka is he can make the big shot.
Yes.
But he was really streaky, honestly.
No,
Streaky shooter.
absolutely.
But boy, don't send a double team. He will break a double team.
And again, that's no matter what sport, that mindset of getting just truly pissed and excelling when pissed is the makings of a superstar.
Yep.
If you get your guy who they're dogging you the entire game, all of a sudden you find a reason to get mad.
Right.
And they did it last year against the Timberwolves when that was at Game 5, where Nas was going lights out making the threes, and all of a sudden Luka just throws it in his face just to clean it.
Look, he's. I mean,
it hurts, but it works.
3 wins away.
Yeah,
I can't believe honestly that they won the first. I had the first going to OKC.
Yeah. Well, what, 10 minutes ago they were down by 10. I mean,
13.
So I mean, like it just.
But that was from looking at this. It was a whole team effort, though. Everybody showed up.
Everybody showed up. There was a lot of team play, obviously, just because everybody's showing up, and that's when you play ISO. That's hard.
No, it's exactly.
Well, you might have said this, but it's like this is a perfect matchup because you have great offense versus great defense, and it's like comes out.
Take a look.
Well, and it's two different styles.
Look at the stats. 6 different players on the Pacers had double digits, well above double digits for 5 of them. OKC, you had 4.
And what's funny is
one of them barely over double digits.
Well, what did Shy end up?
Shy 38.
Oh, he shot.
So Shy was being shy.
Yes, crazy.
That's the thing. Pacers, nobody broke 20. But only Shy broke 20, and everybody else was 15,
crazy.
17.
They won. They had 25 turnovers.
No.
Yikes.
Wow.
How many did OKC have?
Only 7. Which
They
is
were
kind
just
of crazy.
costly.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy, though? They only had 11 points off 25 turnovers.
Pacers with 56 rebounds, though.
Yeah, they
versus
out-rebounded
39.
Well, I mean, even Halliburton's getting 10.
Jeez,
Like, you got your point guard getting 10 rebounds.
Steals. Wow.
After game 1,
Yeah.
who's winning in what game?
OKC is going to slam the door
ultimately,
on game 2.
I do think that if I was a betting man, and I assume Vegas reflects these odds, but I don't know, I think it's OKC in 6. But I would love for it to be Pacers in 6.
So Pacers will only get one more, you think?
Yeah, I think it's 4-2.
I think for sure OKC wins the next game.
If they lose the next game,
it's
Pacers
over.
got it.
Yeah, because then they're in their heads.
I mean, they're not going 4-0. Like, 4-0 in the
No.
finals would be crazy.
Could you
but
imagine? Oh,
Halliburton
man.
would be touted as the next
No,
LeBron
but
James.
I think OKC is
The third coming.
The king.
The new king of the
if
NBA.
OKC is good at anything, it's adjusting their gameplay to counter whatever.
Well, and
just
they're going
beat
to get J-Dub and
Yeah.
the Williams brothers.
I'm going to fight myself here. I'm going to fight my own argument. I'm going to say Pacers in 6.
All right, yeah.
Pacers in 6.
My heart says Pacers in 6. I'm going to go with OKC in 7.
Oh,
I think it's going to go to 7.
That'd be fun.
It'll be
I would
interesting
love
if
to
it
see a
goes to
7. I don't think it will.
I want to see the viewing results on this because I know it's 2 small market teams. But honestly, Adam Silver had a good point. When it's the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Washington
Redskins, really?
Commanders.
We'll edit that out later. Don't worry.
Yeah, sorry. When it's them, nobody says anything.
No.
On the NFL.
I think it's such a weird thing with sports because you go OKC, like I get OKC, Indiana. There's not a lot of there's not some sexiness there.
No.
It's pretty whatever.
Right.
But with football, it's just always strange because I don't know if it's because Pittsburgh has such a high name that when they play anybody.
Yeah.
Because they're always I remember putting on Monday Night Football and it's like Pacers versus Titans and you're like, this is gonna stink.
Yep.
But somehow it does record viewership.
Uniquely NBA thing where it's a small market. Well, it's still the game of basketball. Everybody, you should be able to draw that market in, but it just doesn't work.
Right.
Because what it does is just it edges out. Like if I'm a Celtics fan, but not a basketball fan, it's like technically I would have.
I think it's easier to be a players fan in the NBA because
well, because you're flooding through the regular season, you're flooding the market with how much basketball you're already watching. You get to the playoffs, you're getting at least 4, if not 7 games in any given series.
Yes.
That's a lot to watch.
It's a lot. And again, you can be a player fan.
Yeah.
On football, you can be a player fan, but let's face it, you're a quarterback player fan.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be like, oh, I love the slot 2 receiver.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's either all right. You have your quarterback, your running back,
All
and your
out,
receiver.
right? It's like, okay, that's
But
great.
but
Hey,
you
their
have,
mamas are
but
watching.
you have
I
to
know.
be an exceptional any other player. Your Kelsey's.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
dude,
Yeah,
that's
you
your.
can't just watch Travis Kelce. You'll get
Right.
6 seconds
When was the
of
last?
airtime.
When was the last time you rooted for the long snapper?
Right.
Woo!
Right.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Now, that being said, everybody
Shout out
rooted
to
for Jason Kelsey.
Yeah.
That's true.
Sexiest man in football.
Yeah, dude, that beard, glorious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why, like, with basketball, like, I'm a basketball fan, but last year I thought my heart was going to stop because it went like basketball season, March Madness during basketball season,
Yeah.
and then basketball season, and then the Celtics happened to go the
Yep.
distance.
You had
and
that
the
extra
Olympics,
prolonging.
and then
Yeah, we had the
and then
Olympics
new
to look
season
forward
started.
to.
I'm like,
Yes.
I'm ready for basketball
Oh,
season and
yeah.
just for that.
Right.
Yeah.
I need to take a break of basketball for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
That's why yesterday I posted about the Women's World Series too.
Oh, yeah.
It's Texas Tech versus Texas, and that's like
Yeah.
the first time it's ever happened.
And they're getting a lot of press coverage. Too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big.
A lot of press
the
coverage.
game. Did you watch?
It was a good
Watch
game.
the highlights of the game.
Yes.
It was good.
Yeah.
We
I watched a
actually
little bit
did
of
watch
it.
some of the
Yeah.
games.
Did you?
Strangely enough.
See?
Like
Yeah.
my dad, we go to dinner and he's like, "Have you been watching this?" And I was like, "Strangely enough,
Surprisingly
It was a
enough,
good
yeah.
game.
Yeah, we were at
watching
trivia and they had it on. And oh my goodness.
Texas
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
down 1-0, and they were trying to intentionally walk the girl,
And she
hit it.
hits. Yeah.
and got
That's
the
a
tying
2-run.
Yeah,
Wow.
to win
Oh,
it, they
man.
won 2-1, all
Yeah.
because of hitting it when they're trying to walk you.
I
Yeah.
would play that clip so much if that was me.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
dude,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, you tried to walk me. I still got
I
you.
still got
oh
you?
my gosh. You would
It's-
never hear me shut up.
It's
I would
best
be,
of 3, right?
Yeah,
For
I think
their
for women's,
series.
yeah, women's is best of 3. So the game 2 is tonight.
Yeah.
I
If
would
they
get
win
like a
tonight,
little
it's
QR
over.
code
Yeah.
tattooed on there. When you scan it, it'd be that clip.
Just scan this real quick.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
just walk off.
Like those people who have the shirts where
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
a QR code and you're like,
Yeah.
well, I gotta scan it.
That's-
to see.
Just to see what happens.
Pull up right here.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. Man. There's just so much sports going on. Between base, I'm ready for basketball to kind of get to a close here. I think it'll be Indiana because I think OKC. There's more pressure on OKC than there is Indiana.
Oh, for
Yeah.
because
sure.
Indiana is exceeding expectations.
Yes.
OKC is
Right.
where they were
Well,
told
they're
they were
the
going to go.
Yeah.
the number 1 team like 2 years in a row now.
Yep.
You got to start winning.
You gotta
the,
start
the
winning
whole thing,
something,
or at
yeah.
least going to fight.
Either
You know?
that or history will repeat itself, and
Yeah.
this will be the last time they're there for the next
Yeah.
14 years or so.
It would be bad if they blew up because
Yeah.
if they blew everything up because they've got a really solid young core.
This is it.
Yep.
This is literally the second coming of the original OKC team. Like this is it.
It really
Yeah.
is.
Like this
It
is
really is.
because you had
Because-
Serge Ibaka, you had Harden, you had Westbrook, a good Westbrook at that
A good
time,
Westbrook, yeah.
a great Durant.
Yep.
You had your team there, and now you have this, which is basically almost, dude, it's literally almost the same team,
Yeah,
just
lines
with
up.
different dudes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like so, this is your shot. It doesn't mean you couldn't find a missing piece and maybe gets a couple draft picks or
Sure.
trades, but you risk it.
Yeah.
This
But
is
with
it.
how
This is
good
the
they've
team.
been playing throughout the rest of the season and
I
the
wouldn't
rest
wanna
of
blow
this
it up.
playoffs, no, it really is their series to lose.
Like
Yeah,
Indiana
sure.
has room to change if they need to, but OKC,
Yeah.
like this is your shot, and if you
Oh, yeah.
if you lose, I wouldn't blow it up. Just win next year, but
Just win
like
next year,
yeah,
yeah.
but it's just this is gonna be an interesting series.
Yep.
I don't know.
All right. Well.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
See
So
game
next
two?
time we record, we'll see what happens. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
exactly.
Indiana won it for the first time in
Well,
3 games.
it'll be probably next week by the time we record. It'll be what? Almost over.
It'll be
Yeah.
like game 4.
Theoretically,
It'll be like
yeah.
game because it'll be game 1 today. Game 2 is in a couple days.
Saturday,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Game
Saturday.
3 is in a couple days after that.
Yeah.
So then
Maybe
by the time we
game
record, we'll have like game 4, game 5.
Yep.
Okay.
Regardless, it'll be at least game 4 or 5.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll see. We'll check back in a week.
Yep.
Yeah. See what
Comment
all
down
of our
below
predictions-
at this point when you see this to let us know if we're right or wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how far we've
What
gotten to this point.
your expectations were as
Is
well.
Halliburton
Yeah.
a superstar? Let us
Is
know.
Halliburton a superstar?
And
There
what
you go.
makes him?
Some
If he is,
hot
what makes him it?
takes.
If he's not, what makes him?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Why is he not? Why is he?
Yes. All right. Is that about it, boys?
Yep.
All right. See you next time, guys.